It's also Clone Wars.
Ah, that's why. I didn't get to see Clone Wars.
When I get online,
Fuck my
I'm
camera.
feeling like something's not right. Cause the bullets curve like some people unlock that wanted perk, yeah. Aiming my shotgun and choose pure dust, man, this ain't fun. That's how I know it's time to go. Dude's dodging shots like he's Neo. Whoa. Girl, look at my forearm. Girl, look at my forearm. Girl, look at my forearm. It don't count.
What is up, Lagging Out Legion? Woo. It's Friday night.
New York,
Which,
fucking fight me.
yes, I am. Welcome to Lagging Out Live,
What?
where
What just
you
happened?
get to hang out with us on May the 4th. Oh, wait. I
Why it's
mean,
quiet.
May
We
the
lost
5th.
audio. He muted himself.
Ah, okay, now you can probably hear me.
Well,
Yes.
Everyone
That would
else,
help.
everyone else on the live can hear me, but I don't know how that happened. I might have hotkeyed something, but welcome. We are Lagging Out Live.
Ew.
And let me take off the Sasquatch viewing of like the unicorn of Oni smiling here. Let me turn that off here.
Burn it with fire.
There we go.
Never.
And as you know, the star of our May the 4th video yesterday, please welcome Blacklight Oni.
Ah!
Whoa! And there goes Blacklight Oni. Have a good night.
shit.
Bye.
What
See you
the
later.
That was really
I'm back,
bizarre.
bitch. I lived.
That was really
Aliens.
bizarre how that happened.
Here's our very own Chewbacca. Please welcome Hero. By the way, that Foley in the video was actually Hero doing it. That was not actually Chewbacca. That was actually Hero doing it. So good job. And our very own C3POS. Please welcome Soda Pop. So we don't control the world calendar. So we couldn't do this on May the 4th, but we're doing it on Revenge of the 5th. And one thing that you guys don't know, or I might have hinted in the chat, is Oni has not even seen the video yet. So we're going to get a live reaction from her tonight. So we'll see how that goes. But first things first, who would like to do the read? Anyone but Oni, because Oni's eating. So anyone else would like to do the read? How about Soda?
Let's see. Preceding content is intended for people that have hit puberty. Wait, no. Maybe a little
Can't
bit
do
older
that
than that. Oh, yeah. Wait, I don't know what's legal anymore.
Ooh,
Anyway.
Raven just said she'd do it.
Oh, all right, you do it.
No, finish.
No, I'm just kidding. Opinions and views expressed are on this live are not ours, but they are, but they're not. So that makes sense anyway. Let's see. If you're not old enough,
This is how he teaches, by the way, too.
yeah, that's how I teach. But but yeah. So watch our shit. Subscribe.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, I don't get to
I'm
talk.
from New
so
York. Fucking fight me.
Tell your friends. I
I
still don't ever understand that. They're not necessarily
I have
our
I didn't.
opinions, but they are our opinions. So I'm confused.
Yeah, there are opinions, but they're not our opinions, so that way they can't sue us.
Oh,
So yeah, basically that's it. No, I don't have it recorded because it's not the exact thing there, Rogue. But if you wanted like to take a screen grab of it, record it, and I could just. I have one of me doing it like a long time ago. I think I have it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I might have removed it from my Stream Deck. So I don't know, but it was the same derivative for like the YouTube videos. But anyways,
Oh my god.
Rogue, in my own defense, I spent like 50 hours doing this video, so I didn't have time to do it. So I've been kind of busy. Like, there we go. Now you can see me now. It's brighter. But yeah, so sorry about that.
Oh, people starting early.
oh, you didn't change it. Now I'm twerking on myself. Sweet. Give it to me, soda. Give it to me. Give it. Oh, okay, that's good.
There we go.
Wow, we're getting cheap at the 5 biddies.
Thank you for the 5 biddies.
I still haven't reloaded it yet.
So happy Revenge of the 5th, everyone. This is Stop Dropping!
Whoa.
I can't control it. I gave you images to use.
Yeah, but it still drops it out of the order.
What the fuck? Just put me at the bottom. I'll be
I
like
gotta take,
I'll be like
I
low
got-
man on the totem pole, supporting the group.
I gotta switch all the names around. It's a giant pain in the ass there.
Oh, never mind. Fuck that shit. I'm sorry. Just leave it black. Leave it blank. It looks awesome. Metal as fuck.
But show us your metal face so you can't.
Metallurgy.
There we go. We'll put the smiling Oni in there.
Give it to me, soda. You gotta get swifty in here.
There you go. Hey,
Nothing like soda on soda action, right?
why is it not working?
Did you click it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, that's right. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, you're good. All right. So, can anyone tell me what was added to this photo? Motherfucker!
I'm sorry.
I'm turning off the name tags. Fuck it. I'm over it now. I can't be doing that the whole night.
No.
Yeah, the rest of the night. Maybe I'll get to talk.
Let's see. No, I can't, I really can't. It's just gonna be hard no matter what I do. So, all right. So you can see this is actually a still from the May the 4th special, and you can see Oni's actually in her A10 in the top right hand corner. I wanted to put this freeze frame on here for everybody, so that way they could actually appreciate it, because it only happens in 2.3 seconds, and it took me forever to match the lighting, and I matched it too well. No one even fucking noticed it. So I'm putting it on a freeze frame so everyone to see, so you can see her in the top right hand corner. That is Oni's A10 that she used to save the world from Kathleen Kennedy.
Damn.
So-
Skippy.
Debatable.
Debatable, yeah. So the video was posted on a few of these. It was not posted on TikTok. It will be posted on Twitch in a few minutes. It will be on its entirety on Instagram tomorrow, but it was dropped on Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube and Facebook yesterday. So be sure to check us out there. If this slide's not on long enough, giggity, you could just hit that QR
Whoa.
code, and that has all our links there. And if you are new, we are lagging out. The top left-hand corner, I'm leaning in. My back hurts. I am Chieftain. To my right is Blacklight Oni. Below her is Soda, and to Soda's left is our very own Chewbacca hero.
Whoa, dude.
That he likes giving the finger because he likes to get us tossed out of Twitch. Giggity.
Would never happen for that.
If you didn't see our video, you know one of our X-Wing pilots was Tyrandeth. Yeah, he was riding the X-Wing with his orange vest because I asked him to do a costume change there. And you could check him out Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think he was playing Warframe last night, right, guys?
Yes, he was.
I think he was. I know me and Soda were in there, and that was pretty much it. And I did a test for Tyrandeth. Like, we both said hello, and we timed it. And I don't think he ever. How long did it take him for us to see us?
I don't know if he did.
I don't think he actually did. So we were there for like 30. What was that? 30 minutes. He didn't even look at the chat. So make sure you tip, so that way it gets his attention, like 5 tokens, so that way he wakes the fuck up and says hello. But yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays, check him out, 6 to 10 p.m.
We should have some Diablo 4 streaming coming up soon too.
Oh yeah, Diablo 4 is going to be happening.
Have that
Me
yet.
and the Australian.
Yeah, which one?
Mark doesn't play, so you know.
Oh, okay. Funny that you said Australian. In our Oni to the Rescue video, which was our May the 4th video, we actually represented 5 different states and 2 different countries with this video. So we did it all via remotely, green screen, roto, from 5 different states and 2 different countries. So that's pretty amazing. I could see Hero like counting on this scene, making sure I'm right here.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. I had to make sure.
Yay.
It took a little bit to remember everybody.
Whoa.
All right, there we go. All right, so if you have not done so already, we're going to watch the State of the Gaming, and the lead-in is going to be that's going to be the lead-in to Oni to the Rescue. So without further ado, we're gonna, if you miss it and you're coming in late, early, or you're late, we'll be playing it later for the people that are coming in later. But without further ado, here's the State of the Gaming and Oni to the Rescue.
Yeah.
Entertainment, The Chieftain.
I'm glad you used this one.
Yes.
I look so fat. Oh, I'm like, what's wrong with your tie? I'm like, oh, I see it now.
Another year has come and gone with its own accomplishments and challenges. There were so many moments.
AAA companies are crumbling. The legacy developers are trying to take the entire industry with them while they dance in the ashes. Poor quality, incomplete releases, cancellations, layoffs. This is only a fraction of the issues plaguing the industry. We deserve better. Indie developers are doing what AAA developers should have been doing for years. They have been taking criticisms and building from them. They respect the fans and source materials. They build the community up. Gamers, indie developers, you are the only hope. Join the rebellion. Join Lagging Out.
Actinova to Blacklight only. Shields are down over.
Blacklight only to Actinova. Roger that. Thank you. Heading in. Over.
Roger, may the force be with you. Actinova out.
Hi, Oni. Okay, you'll need to make a left up ahead.
A left. Over.
Right. Sorry, a right.
Oh my goodness.
Lose them in the trenches.
Come on, focus. I know, Hero, but we're so close.
I'm just surprised there's so little resistance.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Come get some, you campers.
We'll leave you the easy ones.
Easy.
Look at the enemy ship.
Yeah, doing great. Thanks for asking.
She didn't do a barrel roll.
If I make it back to base, I will end you.
I wish I could teabag these douche canoes. Pathetic.
What's dinner first?
How does Oni put up with this?
I don't think she actually does.
I'm wrecked.
I'm seeing a lot fewer ships. Oni, where are you?
Let him go. Stay on the leader.
I have visual.
Rebel base, 30 seconds and closing. The force is strong with this one. I have you now. What?
Woohoo! Look out!
Okay, kid, take the shot.
Stand by. Stand by.
Fuck that remastered explosion.
Hero's right. Great job.
We'll keep your path home clear, Oni.
Thank you, everyone. Heading home. Over.
Hooray! Take the first left.
Left?
Right. I mean right.
Fucking hell.
No, why would you do that? That's cursed.
It's hilarious. That's why.
So cursed.
There's a Millennial Tears can on the top.
I do really like that version, though. That's It's a really good orchestra. Thank you guys. That looked awesome. That was a lot of fun.
Hero's face. Did you like it?
Yes,
That was
thank you.
You're welcome. Did I do it justice?
Oh yeah, and for such a short amount of time, like it's insane what can happen, and I really appreciate you all wanting to do this, or putting forth the effort to have this actually.
Thank you, Rose.
It looks really, really cool. It was really fun. And I think it was a really great practice for us in terms of working as a team on a more professional level, even if it was experimental. I think that's important because, if we can do it while there are no, we put the pressure on ourselves. If we have a customer or a client, oh yeah, we'll have it in the bag because we'll take it very personally and make it professional as hell.
Oh yeah. And also, Keith, who's our editor, he's like, yeah, I could have done the whole trench run in Unreal for you, and I'm like, yeah. We ran into some, some unscheduled hiccups on my end, human error on my end. That helmet was done by 3D Dads. If you wanted to get your 3D printing stuff done, he does D&D stuff as well. But he did that for us. Oni actually added the horns to the helmet and the custom paint. So I think she should get credit for that.
Thank you. And thank you to my work for letting me do that there.
Yes. Thank you for your work. Yep. So yeah, there was a lot of fun stuff. I know you guys don't want to see how the sausage is made, but I had to match the boosters with the X-Wing to the Warthog and all that stuff, and all these guys took time out of their schedules to do the script. Shout out to Actinova, our moderator, the guy with the English accent in the very beginning. Not the English accent. Wow. Australian accent.
Wow.
No, he's not in
Australian accent. I had the coronation on my mind.
Oh God.
And also Oni's sister Badger for her direction stuff. You said go left, go right. That's an inside joke with us because she has no sense of direction. So we wanted to throw that in there. And the whole thing where Oni has a majority of the lines and Hero doesn't was by design. We kind of did that on purpose because it would be funny because Hero actually does a lot of the topics on the live, and I thought it'd be funny if he had very little lines in the May the 4th. Like the complete opposite. I think literally Soda has more lines than he does, which is funny. And then I told Soda, I'm like, it's like, you should do dances. I was like, I should put up right behind you and have your crotch right in Hero's face. And I think that would be funny. And then, of course, you know what Keith suggested, right, Hero?
I already knew he was going to suggest it.
I didn't put it in. So,
would have been vetoed.
Yeah. But some things I would have done was put I Love Kathleen Kennedy in the cockpit of Darth Vader. And I almost called Rogue for her to say missiles locked. But I couldn't squeeze the audio in the sound design for her to do it in there. I know she wanted to do something, but it was like extremely last minute, and I was like under the gun to get it done. But next time, most definitely we're going to be using her voice talents for stuff.
Oh yeah,
so.
for sure.
But
oh yeah.
But she's
2 years
funny.
are planned out so far. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Right.
Oh God. We're gonna need like 3 more. We're gonna need like a modeler, an Unreal artist, a Unity artist.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all of that in the studio, Chief. Come on now.
I mean, this isn't really spoiling, but Unity did just fire like 30 people. So, I mean, find one of them.
I don't know if any of them would work pro bono.
Did I miss? Yes. Well, there's a story behind that. I was trimming up my hair and my back went out this morning. You guys want to hear this story before we get started?
Oh, jeez.
This is really bad. Like I was running and and I went to my my cousin, not my cousin, my nephew's playoff game, and there's no back to the seat, so I was like sitting up straight instead of hunched over. Apparently, I strained a muscle in my back, and I woke up the next morning, and I'm like, oh, I gotta like brush my teeth. So I was trimming up my hair, and all of a sudden, the shooting pain started to go right up my spine, and I shaved the side of my head like bald, like a line, like it looked like I was part of Dumb and Dumber. Right, and I had it all the way around. I had no fade in there yet, and my back just went out, and I couldn't walk, and I crawled to my bed, and I fell on my bed, and I was flat out straight for an hour. I couldn't like bend, move, or anything. I took 2 hydrocodones, and I literally lay there for an hour, Oni. But I looked like the third person from Dumb and Dumber. I had this fucking retarded bowl cut because I couldn't fix my hair. And I'm just like, oh, it's not old age. Fuck you.
I can't even laugh. That's just.
It was horrible.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It was pretty bad.
Oh my gosh! Like,
so
I don't even know if a heating pack would do anything.
Yeah.
Or it does. Or
it does. I have an electronic. It like shoots electricity into your spine.
TENS unit.
Like it's a spinal stimulator.
It's a TENS unit.
Yeah, and I have one of those, but like I'm laying on my bed and it was like in my drawer.
Yeah,
and
you couldn't reach it.
I couldn't reach it. So, and the battery's probably dead. And I was screaming. I was crying. I was crying in pain. I'm like, I can't move. I'm like, oh, what if I can't do the show tonight? And like all that shit's going through my head. And I'm just like complete panic mode. And
I'm pretty sure Hero's got his stuff ready.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So if you ever had to take a night off because your body is physically just unwell, you are just unwell, we've got that backup. But holy shit, and also the fact that like, of course it would happen when you're trying to do something that is highly visible and requires dexterity regarding standing up and using your arms. Like, of course it would.
Yeah.
You are not the only one who's ever fucked up their hair. Trust me, I've cut my hair a little too short and like, well, fuck it, we're dedicated now. Shave it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I looked a little bit like a skinhead though, and it's definitely a little too cold, so really can't cut my hair that
Too
short.
like one of the
sides.
Proud Boys and shit.
No, not that far. I mean, I still have my mohawk, but it's just
right.
I'm used to seeing some of the shadow of my hair there, because obviously it's pretty dark. So seeing it super short is fine, but seeing it super close to my head, it just doesn't quite look right. And again, super cold, and because I'm already prone to like, acne in areas where there's hair or whatever regarding like top of my head, which is that's real fun. If you get like acne on your scalp, that's real great.
It's not.
It's like, let's maybe double check that we have the right hair trimmer on next time.
Right.
But hey, hair grows back usually, so it's not a huge deal
grow
if you
back.
fuck it up.
Yeah. So
you can
I
use that as my screenshot.
Oh, okay.
That's what I put them there for.
I know. I wasn't sure which. I wasn't sure. Like I wanted to put it as there, but I could do it as a screenshot as well. But
well, for like my image. So.
Yeah, I get it. I can throw it in there.
Favorite character.
To do this one. Can I do that one? Will it work? I can't grab it, can I? No.
Holy shit, that one's tiny. Never mind. Fuck that.
The other one's tiny too. So if I just double click on the other one.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah. So.
What she said.
Wow.
Hey, there's a good one.
But yeah. So it was like an hour later. It's like the pill takes it takes an hour to work, and I took 2 hydrocodones, and it did nothing. Like I was sitting there, and it hurt just as much as it did an hour ago. So the painkiller didn't kill the pain. So I'm still sitting there like crying, right? And I'm getting muscle spasms in my back. So it's literally tightening and releasing, and I can't breathe. And
that happened to Derek this morning apparently too. It
was horrible, dude.
Geez.
So
complaining about exactly what you were complaining about.
Yeah, I don't like the middle of my back. So I put Voltaren on it, which is for, they say it's for arthritis, But literally, I put on the Voltaren in the middle of my back, and like in 7 minutes, I was able to get up. So I got
sense.
and I was just like, oh, I hope it's not arthritis of the spine. I'll be like fucking Professor X and shit, like wheelchair bound.
Yo,
like I wouldn't freeze.
We get you a fucking hover chair though. Holy shit, you'd be rocking that.
That'd be awesome. As long as I have the
Flames
flag in the
on that
back.
bitch.
With flames
Oh
on
yeah,
that bitch.
flames, flags. Oh, we could deck that shit out real cool. But I mean, the thing though about it makes sense that the topical would work. Because there was some stuff I used to swear by, but they stopped selling it because the bitch stopped producing it, to my knowledge, which is fucking pain. It's tea tree oil, which was actually a balm by Jason. It had tea tree oil, especially. It had like peppermint. Obviously, it had like the salve to hold it all together. Smelled really nice. Felt super cool if you had like sunburn. And because it had an oil in it, it would moisturize the skin, which is kind of the problem with sunburn. But it was meant for arthritis, but you could use it for general physical pain. You could use it for any type of cramps. It would take the edge off of that. And the thing with arthritis is it's inflammation of the joints, and because of a breakdown of the cartilage and all the good shit that's supposed to keep it nice and a well-oiled machine. So it doesn't really surprise me that it would work on your back. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your arthritis, that it is arthritis. It could just be that it was reducing the inflammation by increasing circulation and just overall pain relief. Because I'm not saying it is or is not, because I'm obviously not a doctor. I would just be highly suspect that it was only coming from one particular part of your back, unless it's from the part where you have the nerve damage.
Oh, it's higher up.
Okay, then I would be. Then I don't think it sounds too much like arthritis. It sounds
muscle pull.
Yeah, either muscle
like
pull.
The little
it could
muscles.
be-
There's little muscles in your spinal column that like kind of like cross over and interject and.
Oh yeah, I mean it
I
could
think-
also be like a tendonitis if it's inflamed. Then maybe it's causing muscle spasms. I would have to check that. But again, just side note for anyone of us who are still fairly young, back injuries are forever. Take
I
care
hurt
of your
mine when I
body
was
because
19.
you think you're invincible now. If you think you're invincible now, wake up call. You are not. And certain injuries do not heal properly ever.
Ask my
Major
knee.
joints like your knees, ankles, your back, your shoulders, those
Your
particular
head,
joints.
Your shoulders, your knees, and your toes. Your knees and your
Head-
toes.
No.
Head,
Those-
shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes.
Several of those
Head,
joints do
shoulders.
not heal 100%. You will
No.
continue to have problems until the day you fucking die. That is serious. So take care of yourself.
Nova.
Hey,
It
there's
is
an
not
English
too
guy.
late. It is
That's
not
the
too
English
late
guy,
to
Nova.
reduce damage. But holy shit. Don't
Right.
go joking around. If something looks too heavy, grab a friend. If you don't have a friend, grab an enemy. Make sure they'd at least probably want you standing so they can take a pot shot. But don't go doing something stupid.
I have an
If
MRI
you
of my
can-
spine, of the disc out of my spine, 95% out. I should put it on. I should put it on there. My spine,
Yeah, that's
my
bad.
disc was 95% out of the spinal column and killed a nerve in my leg. That was. We can rebuild him. We have $6 million. We
Probably
can
more than
rebuild
that
him.
now.
We have the technology.
Probably 6
Yeah,
billion nowadays.
SSK Plastics. We follow them on Instagram. Speaking of like $6 million, they did this like breast augmentation. It cost 16 grand. The woman said she wanted to be able to eat dinner on top of her breasts. I'm like, 16 grand?
That
It
is
better serve me
fucking
breakfast.
disgusting.
Oh, you don't want to know what I wrote then? It's like I said that the money
course
was
not.
worth it.
Wow.
But I don't know why you would like. They were huge too. They're like I don't know what they call them, high rise boobs. I don't know. That's what they call them. And like
What
that
the
is
fuck?
they're like 16 grand for this. Like top shelves, like 16 grand for this, 10 grand for like they were putting the how much it costs up. Like wow, people have that expendable income.
crazy.
Anyways,
Seriously. No, that's oh my gosh. Like
that's
that is
crazy.
someone
Truth
with
to
way
tell-
way more money than sense. Because let's also remember, you have
Whittle Bear's
how are you
perfect
going to
size.
contain them? What kind of What kind of shirts are you going to wear? Like, how the fuck are you going
All
to
right.
function?
All right, let me
Mhm.
from experience having a wife
You
that
have
is
big
well
tits?
I would
that
say
is
his
well endowed.
augmentations.
Shut the fuck up. Having a wife that is well endowed, she has that naturally,
Right.
and it is so inconvenient for her.
Oh, I would imagine.
But I love them.
Right? I
Let
don't
me-
blame you.
If I may, I don't want to sound like a douchebag when I say this. You don't need to tell me I live that.
Right.
$66 for one. I can't go to a regular store. They don't have a ribcage size small enough.
Ah, that's what you. I was like, where are you going with this? All right, now I understand. what
I
you
was
mean.
kind of.
I'm trying to be more specific.
Yeah, I
If
get it.
And you can't go, well, just go to the kids section, because typical answer would say, go to the kids section. They wouldn't have a cup size big enough. And there,
Right.
by the way, a lot of these stores do not sell well configured bras and brassiers. Okay, they are
I
not
know.
crafted very well.
Soda's told me stories.
It don't
they're built
matter
to die.
whether you've got them or you don't. I've been hearing this common complaint because while my wife
Fuck on real
has-
topics. Let's talk about titties for 2 hours. Go ahead, so Zero.
my wife has issues on the larger size, the larger cup sizes.
Wait, my stream lag.
Her friends have smaller sizes. Some
It's
of them
also
have
an issue.
none. Some of them have some. And they still have issues finding the correct fucking size.
Yes,
What's up, guys?
because
If you're
these
just-
companies, sorry.
Don't
If
know
you're
what they're
just joining
doing.
us, we're lagging out live when we're talking about titties. But we're going to be talking about the Writers Guild pretty soon. I am Chieftain. To my right is Black Light Oni. Below her is Soda Pop. And to his left is Hero. If you like us and like the subject matter or just like the sound of our sexy voices, please hit that follow. If you really, really like us, you can drop biddies or just sub to us. We'd greatly appreciate it. Go ahead, Oni.
It's because these companies are taking shortcuts on because they're quote common sizes, and also because insecurity sells. Okay, I'm saying that I don't care what gender you are, what sex you are, how you identify. Insecurity is how they make their money. So by saying you don't fit this, whatever garment it is, I don't care what, insert garment here. If you don't fit it, it's a you problem. When in actuality, it's the garment that's the issue. You are probably fine. And you know what? Again, I'm going to say this too. Humans have bilateral symmetry.
Right.
It's not exact. One half of you is going to not be the exact same size as the other half of you.
I can tell
That's
you
normal.
stories about what they do in Photoshop, what they do with models in magazines is usually your one eye is lower than the other. They'll raise the eye up and adjust and do that shit. Like me, I just like fucking paint over my entire fucking face because I had so many blemishes. But
that's the thing. That's marketing. That's
Bitches
how
be
they play their
thirsty.
game. It entices people to want to buy things because they feel insecure about themselves. And it's not always about, oh, I just really like this thing. And it's unfortunate. And yes, it is more visibly common in women,
right?
Because there are so many things going on, and I'm not saying they are not issues, because
I had
are.
a girlfriend that had different size boobs. I mean, that's
Oh, and
really
literally
common.
90% of the world.
Yeah, it's common as
Now,
hell.
It's a little less common for it to be like a cup size difference. Usually it's like a half cup. But in
Yeah.
which case, you basically would just
Drink out.
buy the two and, have a tailor merge them together. It's, if they know what they're doing, it's not an impossible ask. But it does bother me because it's like going back to the original one with the model with the plastic surgery.
Good Lord.
You bought these breasts Now what? Like,
I'm gonna look it up on Instagram now.
what the
Hold
fuck? I don't. What would you even do with them? Like, they don't. I mean, I'm glad they make you feel better, but now what? You're gonna have back problems. I guarantee fucking to you, you will have
Alright.
back problems.
Like I
shoulder
said, Widow
problems.
Bear's titties are perfect. She got the perfect size for her. She didn't go too big. She didn't go too small. They're like, they fit her frame, right? But there are people that is like, I want giant stripper titties or porno titties. I'm like, how do you sleep on your stomach? Like you're sleeping like it's like on a seesaw or some shit.
I can tell you that I can't sleep on my stomach unless I have like
A pillow.
either a pillow or I'm on something that is shock absorbing, like a sofa or bed.
Right. I
Unless
don't like to think
have
that you have boobies at
extra, like-
all. I don't even
well,
see you
that's
as
fine.
like
That's
having.
why I wear. That's why I
yeah.
have tops that compress. But
You're,
I tend to
you're
like
black
curl up
light
like a
Oni.
cat.
That's it.
I'm good, but like but also because with the
Yes,
way
I'm
my
down.
frame is,
Yeah.
the tips of my hip bone will dig into the ground as well if I'm not in like a
Ooh.
sleeping bag or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real fun. That's why I like sleeping in a sleeping bag. It's all nice and contained. It's just enough padding so that I'm not just like laying on a plank on the floor, but I can just be nice and secure like a taco or a burrito, depending on if I have the sleeping bag open or closed.
Go ahead
But-
and read it.
Oh, shit.
Ghost
Is it
decides
Rogue
to
Raven?
say no. Ghost decides to say no one should go bigger than a 48 double D. Son, let me tell you about
Rogue
Fs.
Raven's got a nice rack.
Let
There
me
you
tell
go,
you
Rogue.
about some Fs.
Thank you. F's, double F's, H's. Seen those?
Mm-hmm.
Like people
I've seen
think
them
that double D
bitches
is the only one.
crushed in.
Here,
Yeah.
and here's the thing: the letters are relative. They're relative to the
Fucking
rib
crazy.
cage size.
I like
So-
boobies.
So let's say you have a very average frame. So let's say you have a 32-inch rib cage, which is still pretty petite, and you have D cups.
I
That's
don't
going to
believe
look
this
very-
conversation.
Oh, I'll finish it up. It's it's going to look subtle, but they're there. But if you were like a 32 double F, that's a significant bosom. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Because those letters
Oni
are
would need a
dictated-
wheelbarrow
and-
for titties that big.
and European sizing is a little bit more precise from what I've experienced. So if you have a frame and you have a difficult time sizing it,
Oh God!
what did he say?
He said, "Is this just the boob stream?"
Yeah, that's what
No.
Welcome to the Friday night booby stream.
That's what we went
Hey,
to.
we are trying to at least
Princess Jamie,
educate
where are
some
you?
of our folks. We're trying to educate some folks who may or may not either be in
Have
possession of titties or have someone close to them who would talk about this to them and not make it super awkward. That way, in case you're one of those looking for a girlfriend, or in case you are one of those who has siblings and they don't have anyone else to talk to, you can be responsible and have a little bit of an understanding of what's going on. Because again, this marketing shit is bull. But anyways, sizing is completely relative based on the rib cage. So if you think, oh, C cups are so big, if she has like a 24-inch rib cage, yeah, a C cup would be pretty significant, but that's because she's tiny. If you have like a 36-inch rib cage, a C is going to look pretty small. That's just how it goes. And if you can't say your ABCs, you're fucked.
I'm gonna clap back
Can't
at
help you.
Ghost one more time here. Ghost, my friend.
Oh, boy.
He's saying, "Well, I was talking for fake once, but if she's naturally big, good for her. But man, you better be a good hubby and give her back rubs, my dude." Sir, you don't understand. That is like teenage dating 101, my friend.
This is Ghost. I don't think he's touched a
Right.
woman.
That's true, probably.
Anyways.
All right. This is knowledge. LOL. Please tell Onis I've actually behaved myself when it comes to her talking about boobs.
I do appreciate that, and we have very smart and intelligent viewers, so I'm not worried about you all. It's just I also understand that there may not be a lot of outlets for
Quantity, not quality, right? A quality, not quantity.
Yeah, I was going to say,
That's
like,
what I meant.
but I mean, because, you know, especially online, it's, you can't talk about certain things, and then, oh, you're a guy, you can't learn about this. But then they also complain, why don't guys know about this? Have you tried talking to them about this? Have you
I'll
tried
talk about
communicating?
this anytime you want. Just look me up.
No, thanks.
You guys are only allowed to have one heart to heart once a week.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it's not about that. It's just
You're exposing her to real emotions, and you can't do that. Otherwise, Oni's going to blow up.
anger is a real emotion. I
Yeah,
experience
but
that
that's the only
often.
thing. Anger is the only thing. She would totally be a Sith, right? If you'd be like, I'm gonna just like chop those Padawans' heads off. Fuck them. They're pissing me off.
Well,
They're not listening. Their heads gonna be their heads are gonna be
rolling.
Rolling. Yeah.
Well, thing is, okay, so can I share with you a joke I made before we get into the Writers Guild strike? Because this joke writes itself, okay?
Oh,
in my
I
defense,
know.
I can tie this in with the Writers Guild strike. So we were trying to find some fabric. I was asked because apparently I'm one of the only ones they think they can talk to. Happy to help, but it's not good when they can only contact one person. So here's what happened. I was told someone previously used to, apparently they were nicknamed a pack rat for collecting and holding on to even the tiniest scrap of anything, such as trim or like jewels
You
and
said
shit.
trim.
Whoa.
So she said, yes, they would collect this all the time. And so now we just have to hold on to it, and we put it somewhere where we could try to forget it exists. And so I looked to one of my coworkers who's closer in age to me, because I don't think he'll say too much about it. So I go, it'd be a lot more useful. I think if you tied all that scrap together so I could tie it around my neck and hang with it, I think it'd be more useful.
This transition writes itself, Oni.
Thank you. See that, but again, that's just where my mind's been lately, is the super dark humor. But sometimes you just got to answer the call of the void a little bit, just to go, yes, I know that you're there, but I'm okay. I'll just hang out in the world of the living before I hang out in the world of the dead. Yes,
I just want to.
swung that joke.
I love that pun. As bad as
Thank
it was,
you.
I love that.
If you
pun.
guys didn't see Rogue Ravens in Mariner's stream, I heard it was fucking hilarious. Mariner's like, "Did you see the stream?" I'm like, "Fuck, I missed it because I was like working on other
Yeah.
stuff." But maybe they'll do another one. I'll check the video. But I heard it was great. How'd it go, Rogue? I heard it went really, really well. So, but yeah, I know it was Tuesday. Anyways, the Writers Guild strike, yeah. So Writers Guild, right thing or wrong time? I know a lot of the late night shows have been on hiatus, and also another thing that you guys might not know is Blade, Marvel's Blade, has been put on hold as well because of the Writers Guild. So a little bit of context from you guys. That's where I have. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? What does everyone think?
So this is just what, 3 days old now? 2 days old? I
Yeah.
don't remember exactly. So I found out that Adam from Adam Ruins Everything is apparently the spokesperson of this strike.
Who is that?
Adam Ruins
That
Everything.
sounds like a really bad idea, but okay.
Yeah, it will be for his career if it doesn't go well.
Fuck.
Simply put, they're asking for more writers in the writing room, which I think is absolutely horrible. They're asking for more pay, of course. They want longer seasons. They want.
I agree with that part.
Yeah, I agree with that part. But there's actually
Mandalorian, like 8 episodes, get fucked.
I actually think that I think I might know the reason for that having happened, shorter seasons and stuff. There is a bunch of other stipulations, more diversity in the writers' room and shit like that seem to be coming. And quite frankly, for every point that Adam put out there, the counterpoint came back with basically, we can't give you more pay, and this is why. And they proceed to give them a slideshow.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was basically
Do they work for
exactly.
FTC? We can't
Right.
give you raises.
So my thought is the strike is bad for the writers. This is just my opinion.
Okay.
The strike is bad for the writers. They shouldn't have done it. And the reason we are where we are now is basically because of what's been happening over the last 5 to 10 years in media.
Which is why we have 13 viewers now opposed to like 5. So the
Right.
people
Thank
that are
you,
not watching
viewers.
shows, the people not watching those shows are watching us. So we appreciate you guys. We have the smartest and greatest and poorest viewers here. So we appreciate you.
So
Yeah, we get all the poor people.
I just
we love the uneducated. No, just kidding.
Whoa.
I just think that this is very bad. They're doing it at the absolute wrong time. We ended up with this nonstop run of reality TV back in 2007 because of another strike, and it's going that way. Netflix already said that they're going to go and try and get writers for Korean shows to come in and do new shows for them. I think Paramount went out and said that they planned for this because they knew this was
Great.
coming and they overproduced. So they have a bunch of shit in the can waiting to go.
So more Squid Game, like Squid Game season 2, 3, 4, and 5 are greenlighted since
Dude.
they're not Writers Guild.
Squid
So we're
Game
gonna have a
is
bunch of that
awesome.
stuff.
Possibly.
Squid Game, what the fuck?
But overall, I just think that this is just bad for the Writers Guild and bad for entertainment because we're going to
What
end
the
up
fuck?
with more
Yeah, what the fuck?
not great content like reality TV. Well, I'm sorry, I hated reality TV. Some
Yeah.
people love it, but I hated it.
It's a guilty pleasure for some, I would say.
But that's just opinionated, not really based in fact. I just don't like reality content.
No, it's fine.
I do like some documentaries and some of the shit that they play on Animal Planet. I think some of that's cool. I digress.
Oh, I forgot about speaking
I
about
like the
creativity.
survival shit.
Oh, yeah, it's survival. Naked and Afraid. That's Soda's favorite show.
I just like seeing people streak.
What's the other
Also,
one?
since the graphic wasn't created because I didn't remind Soda 8,000 times, our Made of Fourth video was sponsored by Mandalorian Protein. This is the way.
Motherfucker, why didn't you tell me what I
Anyways,
I
just
literally had all that time to do that.
I thought you had it and I just completely forgot. But go ahead, Hero.
I think it's bad for the writers. I think it's bad for entertainment. However, it could lead to good because part of the problem with entertainment right now is those writers' rooms are packed. Things do a lot better when you have either the creator is leading the show running or you have only like 3 writers in the writer room at most. But right
Well,
now,
just
they
have Oni write it for you because she can write stuff better than all these motherfuckers combined.
Oh, that's a different skill.
But
Screenwriting is very different.
with
Oh yeah.
with this going on, I think the corporations, the companies, the people that hire these people, these
Mhm.
writers, they've got all the cards right now. They're striking in the middle of a fucking economic downturn. They're striking
Mhm.
in the middle of the entire industry in the midst of just laying thousands of people off wholesale.
But we created a lot of jobs last month, Hero, according to the fads, or according to, like, I don't know what you're talking about here. There's no economic downturn.
But that's
Don't
that's
believe your
just-
lying eyes.
That's just the basis of my point.
I know. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Soda.
You're getting to it, right?
That's the basis of
Yeah,
the
that's what I
point.
figured. Yeah, yeah. And
Go ahead,
that's
Soda. What's your
completely
opinion?
valid. Yeah.
I always hate this shit just because my brother, as you guys know or may not know, they wrote a ton of scripts, movies, series, and they can't get shit because they're not in the Writers Guild. So there's plenty of talented people that don't even get to, have the luxury of writing. And then these people have company jobs. It's like, yeah, fuck you, Yeah, Badger wrote read one. So, there's talented people. There's, you see the same shit over and over and over because they're all in this fucking kill.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I think of it, anyways. Like, let other people get in the fucking industry,
They don't want that, dude.
But it's like they won. I can't tell, probably at least 100 awards for their scripts, but yet not one of them get turned into any kind of movie,
Right?
It makes it. Here's a little bit of context. On LinkedIn today, I applied for a job that had 200 applicants.
Jesus.
There was one for Disney. It said Untitled Project, and that had about 100 applicants, and it was a day old. Yeah. So I know it's not the same as Writing Guild, but it's it's still creative, and people would give their left testicle to be in there, so to get into that guild. But the Animators Guild it sucks. It's horrible. It's like you can't get anything. The Writers Guild is so much stronger than the Animators Guild, and they kind of need us to get their stories because everything has CGI in it or some sort of visual effects. So they can't do shit without us. So it's like a symbiotic relationship.
They can talk about us, but not without us.
Right. It's like, yeah, that's great. You're talking about the Mandalorian. You still need to make the fucking costume and the CGI fucking space fights, motherfuckers. So you're not going to do it with miniatures anymore. So what's up,
Ticker? What up?
Oni is number one. Oni's the best Oni. Oni is the coolest, Ticker says.
Thank you.
One more point before
we're just capitalizing on her popularity.
Right.
One more point.
I don't know how I earned it, but grateful to all of you.
One more point before we dish off again.
Yes,
I
sir.
actually read somewhere that the current Writers Guild, the Writers Guild contract that expired, there is an insider that leaked to a YouTuber that happened to be a former Disney insider.
Mm-hmm.
Their salary currently, or at least before the contract went out and they went on strike, let's just say that it was cush as fuck.
Wow.
And you're talking about multiplying that by 10 per production.
Great Kazoo has a question. How do you get into these guilds? How you get into the guilds is first you get the job first, and if it's a permanent position, the guild comes to you. And
I thought it was you have to get on your knees.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Screen Actors Guild, it's before you even start to act, they come in there and they go, okay, it's 1,500 for dues. My friend actually gave himself a speaking role on the Wizards of Waverly Place. He was one of the writers, right? And he wound up losing money because the gig was $1,000 a day and it was a one-day shoot, and the guild dues are $1,500. So he lost $500 on a day of shooting. Yeah, and my dues are up for the Visual Effects Award, Visual Effects Society. Mine are only $200 a year. Yeah,
$7.99 a month.
Yeah, it's that's how you get in. They kind of approach you. It's like, oh, you can't work here unless you're in the guild, or a guild is basically just a union. So
yeah, it's
but I mean, the costume designers or the production designers union isn't. I don't recall it being like that. At least from what I've heard.
Maybe,
obviously, I'm not part of one.
It might be different. Yeah, I know. I can only
so
speak.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is, because you're right in the same. You're in production like we are, so it should be happening the same way. I don't understand why it's not. But
well, you could. I mean, you could go with the quick solution that I know I have seen, and I don't like reaching for it only because it feels too easy. That with costume design, because it is female dominated, people think they can take advantage of women being cheap labor and yet asking for all these different garments. Now, I will say one note that they did have that I thought
Is
was,
it female
they could-
dominated?
Yes, costume designing, to my knowledge, is female dominated.
I
because
thought there
it
was a lot of
includes-
guys in there too. So
Well, okay, yeah, sure, there are a lot of guys, but they're the costume designers, the title. But most of the sewing hands, most of the patterning, dyeing, textile work, those could be a lot of women too. That's the thing. And they're not the ones getting a lot of credit. Now, the thing I will say that when it was up for debate on going on strike in terms of the costume designers within the production designer guilds was, and I think they could have grandstood on this one, and this one is important to me. Whenever there is a costume that appears on stage, on screen, or whatnot, and that gets turned into merchandise. So, for example, I know a big one was like in the movie Cruella, the garments that were made that were based off of characters in the movie, or things that you see on like in Star Wars, and those are turned into merchandise pieces, so that like Hot Topic or whatnot. None of the costumers get any royalties from that. They don't get royalties for having designed it. They don't get royalties for having helped craft it. They don't get any of that. And other designers do in some ways. Now, I'm not saying every argument was terrible or every argument was flawed. I think it's that they could have I think some of the communication could have been stronger to convince people. But with the production designer unions or guilds, you can apply. You want to be in the industry, you can apply, because the thing for them is there's a lot of safety involved, because you're going to be on sets. You're going to be involved with a lot of different people, and some shit could go down. So there's a bit of like insurance involved, safety, being trusted that you aren't stupid and you actually are knowledgeable in your craft. But with like the Screenwriters Guild, you said, and with the Actors Guild, that's so different. That's people trying to keep it exclusive. And there is something really scuzzy about that. And now I find it funny, though, that it is a guild. It's essentially a union, a glorified union. Every time it goes on, we get told, oh, strikes, it's for the people, it's for the people. But if you're not for the strike, or if you have a different opinion from everyone else, you could very well be alienated from that. And that's like your entire world. That's your whole life. And everyone talks. That's why I couldn't stand to go to LA. I would probably lose my shit.
If you didn't beat somebody to death first.
So I don't know if I can really say too much regarding my opinion on the Writers Guild. I mean, good for them for going on strike, but with all due respect, I don't know if it's going to be successful, because what money where are they going to pull the money from? So many shows are being canceled or turned off, and too many bigwigs are still being paid a lot. They're not going to get anything. So, hate to say it, but you might just be shit out of luck.
Oh, what am I changing to? Ticker.
He said it. Potato.
Potato.
Oh, do I have potato?
Which means you gotta do the Biden one.
Aw, but I wanted him to be Spudtacular. Or are you doing it because he's got eyes everywhere?
Well, I hope I have potato.
At least we got one clip for this week.
Hooray!
So I gotta.
Totally
Is Rogue still here?
I gotta throw in a couple of updates about this.
boy.
So every production studio, company, whatever, all the big names in entertainment, with the exception of one, had a public statement about this. I already mentioned Netflix. I already mentioned Paramount. But the one that didn't make a comment was Bob Iger from Disney. And the reason he was silent,
Disney doesn't like strikes.
The reason he was silent this whole time is because there was a public statement made today in the form of a letter to certain individuals that had crossover positions that were dueling as writers, producers, writers, directors that were part of the guild. And that statement stated, I quote, "In your additional duties, you are exempt from the terms of the strike, so you need to come back and work, even if the Writers Guild will fine you."
See, and that's an issue I take personally, is that you are now beholden to two different entities whom are at odds. They do not like unions because they believe that it is against the interests of the company, which was sort of the reason why it was founded. But the problem with that is you will now see each other as enemies and antagonists instead of we have a common goal. So now they're wanting you to pledge your allegiance to something, and they are going to make you literally and metaphorically pay for every cent of it.
Oh yeah.
And I just don't know if I don't mind, and this is going to sound corrupt as fuck, so here you go with me not being a very good person. I don't mind having inside knowledge on multiple things in multiple arenas. I don't mind being able to assuage different groups at the same time. I don't mind playing the field that way.
Whoa.
What I do have a problem with, hey, look, I don't play with people's emotions. Okay, I try not to do that. I understand that when it comes to my personal life, I know I'm not always the best with certain things, but I try to keep that off the table. But anyways, when it comes to situations like this, pledging your loyalty officially to different entities whom you know are at odds doesn't tend to go well. You see it all the time in history, and yet people still do it. You think it's going to work out for the best interest of you, but it's actually to your detriment. And really, both sides win because they don't give a damn about you. They still get your money.
Hydrate, everybody. I've been drinking. I had like a slice of pizza. It's been really salty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we forgot to update that slide, Chief.
Did it have pineapples on it?
Fuck no.
No, I'm American.
Yeah.
So,
Update
anyways,
what slide? Oh, sorry. I thought you were done, Oni. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But I just don't understand why officially pledging your loyalty to two groups would ever go well, because it doesn't. Keep that shit quiet. If you have loyalty to more than one group, do not share that shit, and certainly not with each other. They don't need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens when you start working with those types of businesses. Is they want to know everything. I'm okay with being a nobody. What?
Soda just timed out Badger.
Ooh.
That's a TOTS violation from Badger. Sorry.
Only 10 seconds.
Anyways, so Disney, in my opinion, all these people that are, trying to kowtow and shill for Disney, well, hey, there's egg on your face, fuckers. The people that you were trying to champion for being so, quote, progressive, they just showed their true colors. Their favorite color is green. It doesn't. Their favorite color isn't red or blue. It's green.
You think they're going to hire the Pinkertons next?
Oh no.
So my opinion on this overall, I think it's bad. I personally don't like unions in general anyways, because I think they're very scuzzy and they take advantage. Let's go ahead and talk about the voice actor for Frylock back in the day, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, where he fucking he never got paid royalties because he didn't join the freaking voice actors union, and he didn't because they required him to live in California to be a part of the union, and he wasn't going to move.
Wow.
So he never got royalties for a fucking popular ass show. And the fucking VA guild turned their back on him altogether. They never helped him, never supported him. They never fucking gave him any of the good deals on pay. He got basically, because the Voice Actors Guild mandated, hey, if they're not a part of the guild, they can't get the premium payout and they're not entitled to royalties.
I mean, that almost reminds me of the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. The reason why you haven't seen any of them in any of the crossover episodes or in any of the crossover media is because their voice actors were unionized and they can't.
Wow.
So even though that 2003 show was really well respected, they couldn't do any crossovers, and they still haven't been able to because of the union that they were part of. Yeah.
I'd just rather have Rogue Raven do all the female voices for us anyway. So
Yeah, she actually does have a nice female voice.
your call's important to us.
I have the voice of a fucking gremlin.
Fake news.
Woo.
Oh God.
Cancer.
But
Lord
yeah.
help us.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, there was a few tie-ins we had for that, but I don't think it's necessary.
Good for you. Look at the growth coming from Hero in the show tonight. I
It's
had a
all on
lot
my
more,
face.
and my ADHD wants me to say it, but I'm gonna fight against it tonight.
No, my ADHD wants me to move on.
.org.
Warlock.
Yeah, because Wizards of the Coast can't stop stepping in shit.
Giggity, I'll see myself out.
They're full of it.
So, there's been a lot of playtesting on D&D Beyond, D&D 1E, or 1 D&D, blah blah blah, for their new 5th edition stuff, and they're trying to rebalance shit and whatnot. And apparently, they decided to utterly ruin the Warlock class. So, to put it simply, essentially, there are three basic styles of
Really,
magic
just
in
started.
Wizards, or in Dungeons and Dragons. So here's the thing. The wizard uses intelligence. So they studied, they worked hard, they practiced, and they used intelligence modifiers. The sorcerer has innate talent. I think that's wisdom based. The warlock made it is intelligence.
No,
Maybe most games go with intelligence on wizards.
yeah.
I don't know.
Wizards
but
are wisdom. Sorcerers are charisma.
Wizards are wisdom?
Yes.
I thought it was always intelligence.
Well, there's two types of. Well, I'm going by 3.5. I guess it's a little bit different because wizards had to use components for their spells, while sorcerers just had spell slots. Well, they had spell slots, but they had spells per day instead.
But now it's a little different. Warlocks made a spell pact, and some of theirs actually is, I think, charisma based. And warlocks are already known for being rather powerful. The problem is that they basically shrank the number of spell slots that they had, shrank the types of spells they can use, and like even multi-classing doesn't really do much if you choose to multi-class as a warlock or into warlock. The best part is the reason that Wizards of the Coast gave, which was, you can all probably assume, utter bullshit. What they said was, warlocks have no unique class features. Well, yeah, no shit, you fucking took them all.
They had. I think the exact quote was, warlocks didn't have a class identity.
So, like, it's like, yeah, no shit, because you fucking took it. Of course they had a class identity. That's why people fucking used it, you dumb fucks. So,
Can you say fuck one more time?
Please.
No.
Fuck.
So of course the Warlock fans and general Dungeons and Dragons fans are questioning what the hell Wizards of the Coast is thinking, which they probably aren't thinking right now.
Nope.
So I'm sorry for anyone who plays Warlock at all. I know someone. You know who you are.
He already called himself out.
Prepare. Yeah. Don't play that. Maybe just keep to Grim Hollow. That'll probably be your only way to stay relatively sane.
Okay, Rogue.
Because, yeah, it's not great. So, do I believe that Wizards of the Coast will apologize or change it when they do the official launch while they receive feedback from this? I think feedback is going to be starting to be received May 9th or May 17th. Don't quote me on that. Do I think it will get better? No, because I have zero hope and faith in Wizards of the Coast. Absolutely zero.
0.0.
So I apologize on behalf of anyone who ever thought or has ever played a Warlock that you basically got shuffled to the side like the middle child in a relationship. Yeah. So,
Magma says, "Protect me, Grim Hollow."
well, I mean, didn't you just pre-order the huge expansion that they're doing? I think you'll be okay. But yeah, maybe just don't buy the classic D&D stuff. If you're going to, for starters, let me buy it, and 2, I would be buying the old stuff because shit was good. But yeah, your Eldritch Blast can't protect you from this one. Terribly sorry.
There's one thing, one common theme that Wizards has been doing ever since they took on the Warlock class in their material, and that has been
called failing.
That has been beating the Warlock
More
like
dots.
the red-headed stepchild they are with the Nerf bat. Constantly, perpetual. Yes, more dots. Stop dots.
As an old one.
Here's the thing, though.
Whelps on
when
the
it
left.
comes to a tape,
Whelps on the
when
right.
it comes,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I'm sorry for interrupting.
It's just an old World of Warcraft like
Yes.
raid thing
I
that went
remember it.
viral.
It-
Yes, it was fucking hilarious.
What was it, Onyxia? The original?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was funny.
Like,
you and me are on the same page, old man.
Oh, hey, don't call him old.
I am old.
When it comes to like video games, I can understand video games needing to be balanced. I mean, anyone can break a certain thing and make it completely overpowered. Anyone can do that, okay? But not everyone will. The thing about tabletop role-playing games, though, is making certain things a little bit unbalanced can be okay. Like, I can be a little butthurt that it's like, oh, I'm going to play Warlock because I'm a basic edgelord boy. Yes, calling you out. Whereas with a bard, there's a little bit more finessing to it, but it's going to add to the table. And again, as the dungeon master, you have the ability to say no, or you have the ability to say, hey, look, for this module we're running, XYZ, or for this campaign, I'm looking to explore this. So I'd like to try to balance it a certain way. Or, hey, look, I know what you're trying to do. No, we're not doing that. No. But it's up to the individual games. Certain people have just certain skills that are better than others. Okay, it's just going to happen. But it's, again, magic casters, especially in later levels, have always been considered some of the most powerful characters in those games. But nerfing what made it good when it was already not broken, just why? You left it for so long. Changing it now seems a little ill-timed, and especially after that whole debacle about getting rid of the half races. Seriously, you don't think I forgot about that?
The orcs, the space monkeys,
the Hazadi.
Yeah,
the Hazadi.
Yep.
The orcs, half elves, half orcs, and really any other half races instead of just combining it to make a template of this is how to combine 2 races or more to make your character. That way it's
That's
not
racist.
too broken.
Whoa.
And God
Well, I
forbid
don't
you
care.
decide to cosplay as a Dro.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
know what that
the
is.
You can't say that
Dark
on
elf.
stream.
Okay.
The dark elf.
You can't
Even
do
though
that on
technically,
television.
if we're being scientific, if you lived in a dark location for long enough, you actually would become like translucent. That's
Whoa.
just how science works. You look at any cave system with specific amphibians or life tends to be very, 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 very thin, physically thin-skinned because they never see sunlight. So
I'm almost there myself.
I know, right?
No, you got
you
you
and
got
me,
some.
we both. You and me, we both
Right.
see the sun or think about the sun. Next thing you know, we're turning lobster red.
Well, yeah, because they want to have that vitamin D.
Oh my god!
And you're
Hey, you
worried
walked right
about
into that one.
Rogue Raven getting bad.
Rogue Raven's gonna have a lot of posting to do tomorrow.
I am not apologizing.
I don't want you to
but yeah, that's
apologize.
just-
I want you to embrace the joke like Rogue Raven does.
I'm
I-
always
I just
afraid I'm
wanted
going to offend her with something, but then like, cause she went away, like we said something back and forth, but then it's like, no, what did I miss? I'm like, oh, you just walked away for came back. I'm like, okay, but it takes a lot to piss off Rogue Raven, so.
Yeah, and
noticed
we're all open to communication. Now, apparently, Wizards of the Coast, not so much. So,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah,
Frost
and
topic.
and I totally forgot. I'm like, why is Magic the Gathering posted on there? It's because some players
Body
have
wants
essentially decided to go on their own strike. They've decided to boycott Magic the Gathering for the month of May because they are disgusted by how Wizards of the Coast has conducted themselves, especially regarding Magic the Gathering in their Pinkerton raid on that YouTuber. They were so affected that they have said, we understand that it may not be feasible for long term, but we believe there are enough of us that if we boycott for the month of May,
Give me some Coke.
that you don't go to Magic the Gathering events, you don't go to your tournaments, you don't do Friday Night Magic, it will send a message to Wizards of the Coast to not conduct themselves in such a manner again. It
What
worked
about
for
Friday
Dungeons
Night
and
Lights?
Dragons. It will work for Magic the Gathering. So, again, you are good news. You are uniting communities. Congratulations. You are also uniting communities to kick your fucking ass.
They're doing what they've been
So-
trying to do for years without doing it correctly.
What she said.
Hero, I can't help but notice that your Hawaiian shirt. Are you really like you could be Quagmire's like cousin or something?
All right.
I was just like saying like with that Hawaiian shirt, like all you need is just to go
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
and you're good to go.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
That is so cringe.
Sorry, that was like a completely random.
No, you're good. I just can't stand Quagmire. It's so weird.
I know who you
Yeah.
like. I know who you like.
I fucked your dad. Oh.
Oh, God, I've got a bear claw in my ass.
I also like Klaus. Because who doesn't love a German goldfish?
Who does like a good goldfish who's borderline fascist racist?
Who also loves the woman of the house? But, no one
Yes.
talks about that.
Yes, he also loves Roger. Because they had relations.
I mean, who hasn't Roger had relations with?
Yeah.
Right.
He's like a
Apparently.
walking STD.
Wow.
I mean, that's
Careful,
that's
don't talk too much or he'll
Quagmire
get a
in that
big
show.
head. Yeah, basically.
Fat chicks need love too.
But at least Roger has cool class and he can, he likes to dress up and go in disguise.
Yeah.
Questionably.
Hey, it works. Just because it works well enough. Okay?
I was
I'm gonna
going
go with
for
that.
I was going for I question his class.
Well,
If it
yeah,
wasn't for
but-
no class, we wouldn't have any at all.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just my topic to talk about. Wow, Wizards of the Coast is really it's really pissing off the players. With school coming out,
Bastard!
and, May. That means colleges and schools are going to be releasing for the summer. Maybe don't piss off the people who tend to have more free time during that. Sounds a little counterintuitive, so
Dumbass!
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a giant load of crap.
I think Oni.
Hey,
covered
I'm
it well.
Roger. Nice to meet you.
I do think Oni covered it well. Really don't have anything else to add other than what she has.
Okay. Yeah.
Wizards has just been fucking up left and right. They need to just shut the fuck up, take the L, and get the fuck over themselves.
Exactly. Like this topic is like how Frosk feels like Oni feels like the Frosk or Amber Heard topic. This is what I feel about Wizards of the Coast. No more.
Look,
She's
we
trying
made
to
a
move to
whole-
Madrid.
Yeah, that's
Good luck.
actually technically old news. She's been out there for like months now, but the news is covering it again for some reason.
The fuck? No
But-
Amber Heard.
Yeah,
Isn't
She
she
was in
supposed
the
to be
news
in
today.
court for? Isn't she supposed to be in court for Australia stuff? How do they not be able to find her? Come on,
Um,
Australia, go contact the EU.
that's
Actinova.
still in proceedings. Last I heard, Australia's still investigating it, but there's no telling. As far as that goes, the reason she made the news cycle again is probably because she wanted more attention on her, and she leaked to the press that she was quitting Hollywood. But everybody knows she's been blacklisted, and that's why she's going away.
That's like saying, "I quit." No, you're fired. Same
Excuse
shit,
me.
different day.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're fired. You're not coming back. That's where the original "she's gay, she likes vagina"
Yeah.
came from.
Yep.
Yeah. She's gay. She likes vagina. Why did she marry Johnny Depp? She's gay.
Money.
Money is money.
Money and abuse.
Exactly.
She wanted to abuse him.
Money can change your sexual orientation, apparently.
I guess.
Hear that, Dylan?
Whoa.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's a secret to anybody. It's just nobody's allowed to say shit because he's pretending to be a protected class.
I don't care. That doesn't even affect me one way or the other. I don't even drink beer unless it's in front of me, so I don't care. So they can do what they want to do. It's not my lane. I don't care. I'm at the point where I just don't care. Like Nova sometimes calls me a nihilist when it comes to some stuff or everything. But that I don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't care. Like, so I'm having this conversation about the term cis and like, oh, it was a Latin term for 1,000 years. I'm like, well, it just reiterated the term the last 20 years, and someone wrote it in a dissertation. Now everybody's using the term as somebody who was born male and their sex is male, whatever it is. And I'm like, people are getting offended by cis male. Just call them male. It's like male and then trans male or trans female. Like that's all it is. It's like it's like having male, female, like just having a surname before the actual improper noun. It's just not proper English. So it just drives me crazy. They're like, I don't find it offensive. I find it as a hot button issue to keep somebody verbally hostage. So it's kind of like slang. Like slang changes around. So like it used to be global warming. Now it's climate change. Then it's something else. Or it used to be Negro. Then it was black. Then it was African American. And like it just keeps on changing because certain classes try to keep other classes verbally hostage and catch them in a gotcha moment. That's what the language is all about. Then I basically just explained it in a nutshell and how certain protected classes change to certain names just to catch the people that are not up with the regular colloquialisms of the language. And there is Chieftain's dissertation on modern day language. Which part is false? I said a lot there, Rogue.
I think she was responding to Dark Nova Dragon.
Oh, okay, good. It wasn't me. Yeah, usually got to correct Dark Nova Dragon most of the time. Don't get toxic.
Oh,
Don't
drag
get
me into this, Dark Nova.
Dark
Dude.
Nova, no, drop it. Let it go. Be like Frozen. Let it go.
Let it go.
Don't do it.
Let
Don't
it
do it.
go.
Oh, okay. You're joking. Okay. I don't want to piss off anybody. So, like, all right.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's like language is like language is supposed to expand expressionism, not hinder someone's speech because they're so afraid of saying something. Does that make sense, everybody? Am I wrong?
No.
Am I? Actually, Chieftain can talk intelligently when he wants to, but
It just comes out when he's like blitzed, exhausted. That's all.
yeah, I'm not actually got a lot of sleep last night. I'm just I needed to sleep after the busy week I had, like producing like 6 out of 10 quality content.
I
liked
think you're
it.
selling yourself short there, sir.
I know no matter what I do, you're gonna like it. You guys are gonna like it because you guys are nice. But
If you say it's because I'm giving you pity points, I'm going to stop
no,
you right
no,
there.
no. I always ask questions to make sure, like, visually I'm translating what your script is into actually taking what you had in the script into something that's visual that I think that we kind of were talking about. So I try to get as close as I can to the essence of which we were talking about in the production meeting. You always lose something in translation from one medium to another anyway. So
no.
Oh yeah, and different interpretations, of course, will change it, but that's just the nature of the beast. That's why collaboration is
Yep.
healthy.
I kept on getting Oni. I kept on getting. He didn't want to reveal it to anyone else, but he kept on messaging. Soda kept on messaging me in Discord last night. He's like, I keep on watching the Angry Joe part as Darth Vader, and I can't stop fucking laughing.
Right.
Great. Like, oh.
He's like, ah.
I mean,
It's like
every
Go
thumbnail of
ahead.
his name, so.
Yeah. Like, I saw some photos of him, like, they had to be 10 years ago because he looks like 30 pounds lighter. So, and that's a caveat for our weight loss challenge. We have new weights being revealed today with me and Hero. So, dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned. I got Hero's updated weights. So I'm going to update the slide as we're talking about Deadfall.
Which is actually
What an idiot.
Redfall, but you know, if you've seen it,
Right.
It's in free fall at this point. I haven't seen too many updates, but the ones that I have hasn't
Someone's
been
gonna
going well.
say it.
So,
I'm free.
well, I guess you could say it was a Fallout boy.
It was 95 here today, so yeah.
Wow, really?
Nice.
Yes. No, not nice.
I would hate it.
But
Balls were sweating.
well,
Knees
about,
deep, palm spaghetti.
what the thing about Redfall is, Bethesda's been really secretive regarding reviews in the last several game releases that they've had, where they don't want people releasing reviews until X amount of time before the official launch.
That's actually relatively standard.
Not for Bethesda. That's pretty unusual, but they've been doing it lately. And then the thing is that the reviews haven't been very good, which may explain why. Apparently, people are saying it's very generic and not nearly as imaginative as they may have marketed it. But then also there's the issue of Bethesda copyright struck the official Redfall Twitter account,
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
even though it was their own game.
That's
Fucking
so
awesome.
stupid.
Absolutely.
What an idiot.
I don't know. I mean, you know, hey, good news, you're good at catching things. Bad news, it's like that scene in cartoons you see all the time of two characters are going to go fishing, and one of them winds up getting caught in the net somehow, and he looks pissed off at his friend. That's basically what happened here. Now, the thing about Bethesda is that Bethesda has been making some pretty stupid decisions also. They tend to go through this in phases, and I'm not really sure why. So, obviously, we all remember, and trigger warning for someone in the chat, Fallout 76 with
Trash.
their really horrible month, the month of November, because they released it and then 3 weeks later was Black Friday, so they put on like 74% off, and then they accidentally doxed like 200 of their help ticket people. You know, there was that, and then all the glitches that were coming out, blah, 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 blah. But then they had a, now, yes, I understand. Fallout 76 was technically not produced by Bethesda. It was done by a third party, but it had Bethesda's name on it. They probably shouldn't have fucked it up like that. But anyways, and here we are again with Bethesda. They added something. They added that security protocol to Ghostwire like a year after it was released. Not sure why. And they released a game that, given that they were trying to hold off on reviews, could have been a sign that they knew it was going to go badly. Now, I will give credit. If I recall, the producer, one of the heads of that game, came out and said, "Look, I know we've been having frame rate issues.
Brink.
We've been having a lot of other issues."
That was his
and
last
I'm sorry.
name. I think it was Kyle Brink.
Yeah, but he at least seems to have taken some responsibility for that. So I will give him credit. But Bethesda just seems to have years where they just slip up a lot. And this seems to be one of those years. So maybe brace for a rough Bethesda year 2023.
Maybe one of those
What?
decades,
Oh,
perhaps. They've kind of been having a tough go at it for a while.
I mean, Ghostwire seems pretty good. I'd buy that.
Was.
Oh, shit, I could have bought that. Oh, well. I'll do that later.
It's still available. You can get the definitive edition now. It is, it's good. It wasn't.
Is
very
it on
long.
PC?
I think it is now.
As I'm in the midst of applying for residency.
I think it was. I think it is on PC, and it's not an incredibly long game unless you take your time and explore a lot, and even then, it doesn't take up a lot of time. But it is fun for the time you play.
No, that was also last year. Shit, I forgot about that. So
it's also very steeped in lore, the lore behind mythologies and spirits and stuff from Japan. Which I mean, duh.
as I would expect.
But they actually have a lot of the gotchas, a lot of the items that you pick up. They give a brief little blurb about historical lore behind items, objects, the different yokai and stuff like that.
Good.
Do it.
Oh God, what are we looking at?
It's Redfall.
This is gameplay that has so many negative reviews on Steam right now. Fucking funny, like going through and just reading them. I was just fucking dying laughing. Like, and this is 2 AAA games in what, less than a month that's been like this. Like, come on.
I mean, this is what we've been talking about for the last
I know
4
but-
years.
and then they fucking do 2 and
what the fuck? This
Jedi,
is like
what was it? The other one, Star Wars game, Survivor.
this is like old Call of Duty gameplay is what it looks like to me.
I've heard Survivor's fun, but I've also heard that they put a patch in and it's fucking shit up right now, which is tragic.
Courtesy of
So-
Mariner.
But yeah, they should put shit out done though. This is the problem. We're beta testing because they don't pay better. You used to be able to get a job as a beta tester. Now they're like, nah, fuck it, we'll just release the game. Let you beta test, and then we'll fix it as we go.
And if you see Twitter, like they're like, "I'm not your fucking beta tester." Like everyone's like saying that shit. And at first, I thought, okay, these are fucking crybaby gamers. Like, stop being a fucking bitch. And then I see shit like this. Is like, no, they have a valid point.
Well, I do think though on Steam that they should put the computer specs. Like you should have to, because people, I can't run this game. Well, what's your shit? You could be running a old, whatever.
Well,
give us your
in the
specs on your
case-
machine. Like I want to know what machine you're running.
In the
If
case
somebody
of
said they had a
Jedi
4080
Survivor-
and they couldn't run this game, like what?
Wow.
Yeah, in the case of Jedi Survivor, the issue came with the high end, the top of the line graphics cards not being able to run this shit because of like there was an error in the coding for ray tracing or something like that, or in the frame rate coding for the higher end graphics cards.
But how do you not know that? Like,
This footage is taken from someone's channel, and it's 60 FPS they're playing it at.
well, yeah, there's some people that say they can play it fine, but majority of people can't. So why?
Yeah.
Is the question. Why? What's the fuck's going on?
That's kind of what I mean. You know? It
First person shooter, I'll try it.
I gotta
But-
say, I kind of agree with Nova on this one. This looks so generic. It looks like an older gameplay of.
Well, this
fucking
one, the
Call of
whole
Duty
thing
to
was
me.
supposed to be co-op zombie killing. It was supposed to be the next great thing, and yet it sucks. And for the name on it, you know, it's just not normal.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like I said, you know, a lot of people read the reviews like me, you know, and like I said, I was just laughing at the ones on this one. I was like, yeah, I'm pulling a Roger. I mean, because I was.
Damn it, I don't care!
I was interested in the, you know, like, hey, something new coming out for Diablo, but no. Mm-mm.
I kept hearing that they wanted to make it so it was like a magic-based game with like mages and spell casting is the big thing. So like, because
I
we're still
believe it
talking about
has
Redfall,
some-
right?
Yeah, I believe
Yep.
it has some spell casting in it.
Well, I mean, we just watched a
Some.
freaking spirit just shoot a spell at. Okay.
But
the
they
world's
keep
supposedly
advertising it as
dead.
like magic, only magic. They kept advertising it as only magic. So
Mm,
where's the magic?
coming from the guns.
Right.
It's kinetic energy.
Yeah. Kinetic topography.
Reminds
The
me of that
lighting
one
there is
TikTok.
nice. This looks nice right here, but like
They said
on
it's
that
all
ship, it
empty.
was horrible.
They said the world is empty. Like,
Yeah, I'm looking for like a sparrow to ride or something, and where's the other guardians at and shit.
degenerate. Wow, Nova with the big word.
Kinetic degeneracy.
Oh yeah, they have them big words in Australia.
Yeah.
Impressive. Well, anyways, this is the gameplay. I figured, hey, like we're talking about this, let me look it up on YouTube.
And it's even more boring than us.
We're not boring. We got 12 people in here that don't think we're boring.
That's
Thank
not
you,
a fair
guys.
comparison, Nova Dragon. Elden Ring is a completely different genre and looks 1,000% better.
Also
True.
not Bethesda.
Yeah, also they're not Bethesda.
At least
Okay,
it
I have a
has-
question because you all
they
would know
turned-
this more than I would.
They actually turned on the atmospheric fog in there, so they faked that.
Right.
Go ahead, Oni.
So, how many FPS has Bethesda made? Like dedicated,
look that up.
dedicated FPS. I don't mean games that have a first-person perspective, but is mostly considered role play, like Fallout.
Well, Fallout. The I won't-
Fallout.
I refuse to say Mass Effect because there were over-the-shoulder moments. It wasn't exclusively FPS, so not.
Wait,
not
Mass Effect was
That's-
done by Bethesda?
OTS, please use terminology.
um,
I'm fucking with you. I'm just kidding.
I'm
Mass Effect was done by Bethesda?
I think so.
I think that was, yeah.
Anything else?
Anthem, if you remember that abortion.
Oh yeah, I got that game for free when
So
I
did
bought my
I.
motherboard that broke on me.
So given that line of questioning,
I'm sorry.
Bethesda's never really
Mass
done
Effect, and that's
FPS.
BioWare.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh.
I was like, what the wait, hang on a second. Okay, I'm not high. So Bethesda really doesn't do FPS as a genre, do they? Like they'll do it as a style, but not as a genre. because it sounds like
Yeah.
Redfall's trying to be like Call of Duty or Destiny
Yeah.
or Battlefield, but
Meets Resident Evil.
they're missing all of the substance, which kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, there was it Dead Rising?
Yeah.
They have like co-op, but you can also play as the enemies. That's rich. There's a lot to work with there. But it was also sold complete.
I completely confused BioWare and Bethesda. Anthem was also done by BioWare, so that's my mistake.
Oh,
No,
shit.
I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing for FPSs for them aside from this.
So Bethesda tried to maybe to branch out, and they're realizing maybe they shouldn't do that.
Here we go. Kazoo says, I believe Redfall developers are Arcane, published by Bethesda.
That's even worse because Arcane.
Isn't Bethesda in Maryland?
Arcane has had their hands in a lot lately, and a lot that has not done well.
That's because they didn't hire me. It always comes down to that. They don't hire me to do their lighting. And then they go, thank you for your interest, Chief. Then we're going to go with a shitty person coming out of a shitty little school that graduated with 4 people. Hire me, it'd be better. Saying. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty fucking good. See what I did by myself in a fucking week with the graphics that we did. Just saying.
Yanking your hair out.
Yep.
At least he wasn't yanking something else, but you know.
That came after the fact.
Except then his back decided to spasm, so he yanked on that too.
Whoa, dude.
I hit that clip too quickly, so I'm going to have a double next week. Rogue, you're going to be busy on Sunday.
Sorry.
What's
Not
going
sorry.
on?
Yeah. Just so you know, Rogue, I might be working on Saturdays in the summer, so you might not get the videos till Monday or Sunday. I'd be working 8 days a week because I'm going to buy that fucking Jeep Wrangler Rubicon.
Oh, Rogue.
I love it when Oni keeps me busy.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Yeah, I keep a lot of people busy. Somehow
true.
I just do that to people. It's like that Idris Elba meme. I have that effect on women. I feel like that's the story of my life.
Women are really busy running away from me. That's why I have to get an eHarmony membership.
Whoa,
dude.
Don't worry, Chieftain. We will find you that. We will find you that woman who goes, "Where have you been all my life?" I mean, he's been hanging out with us, so you know. Sorry.
He's got priorities.
And it's like, hey, you know, he's not cheating because he's too fucking busy. Also, ain't got time for that shit.
I don't have time.
You know,
I don't care.
Where's he gonna run to? He's gonna be running to the hospital.
Damn,
Right.
Great Kazoo. Maybe these guys are all using ChatGPT to write the code.
Right.
Actually, that has been put out there by certain groups. Like, well, why can't we just have ChatGPT do it? Why can't we just have ChatGPT do this, do that, do whatever? And it's like, you guys really do just want to live in the iRobot apocalypse, don't you?
Right.
My logic is undeniable. Oh, you've so got to die.
Whoa.
I actually saw a report earlier today where they said that ChatGPT spat out a better script for Lord of the Rings and the Rings of Power.
Oh my
Amazon
God.
did.
Awesome.
I mean, that's not really a high bar, so I'm going to pretend that, you know, is a compliment.
You're gonna hurdle it rather than limbo it.
I'll just let it float away.
Run away, run away. You want to do something fun, guys? Not a mushroom joke, but you want to do
Yeah.
some. We have a special trivia question this week. It's Star Wars based,
shit.
kind of. It's kind of
Oh,
Star Wars
sweet.
based.
Sweet.
So let's cue the music. Let's cue the thinking music. There we go. And let's go to the shot here. Here's something interesting. Now, we've talked about this a lot. We've talked about everybody's lightsabers, sometimes what the lightsabers mean according to lore. old lore, new lore,
Hank's not
that
on the
sort of
list.
thing. But this has nothing to do with lore. This is just Star Wars Blacking Out Edition lore. So we have our own lore. What color is Chieftain's lightsaber? Now, we've talked about this quite a few times before.
Pink.
Is it A, purple, B, blue,
Pink.
or C, green, or D, pink?
Pink.
You've been talking to Badger, haven't you? So those are the options there. And let's just go around. This is kind of impromptu, so just tell me to shut the fuck up if it's a bad idea, guys.
Shut
But
the fuck up.
who do you guys? All right.
What an idiot.
If we'll start with Blacklight Oni here. If we all had the Force, right? And there's Blacklight Oni's name. Where is the no. Where is it? Ah, there you go. Oh, there you go. They can do it temporarily.
We'll see how
Yeah.
long this lasts.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Prepare for the crash.
what do you guys think Blacklight Oni would be? Would she be a Jedi?
No.
Would she be a Sith?
Yes.
Would she be somewhere in between?
No, I don't think she'd be a gray. She's got too much anger.
Yeah.
Magma Sith.
But she does have Magma says Sith.
Yeah, the Snuggie is
She-
awesome.
She's got an evil fucking smile on her face right now. I think she'd be somewhere in between. Rogue Raven says in between in the chat. What do you say? What do you say, Hero?
I mean, I want to say Sith just for the meme.
Right.
But in truth, I don't even think that I would. I don't think I would call her a gray. But I
Oni,
would.
Badger says gray.
I would go with not an official gray in that, you know, somebody that distinctly pursues the balance between the two, but somebody who would recuse herself from both the Sith and the Jedi.
Both you guys fucking suck.
Badger says gray.
All right, so some people say gray, some people leaning on Sith and gray, somewhere around there. Definitely not a Jedi all the way. That's the thing. That's what we're getting from Oni.
Now I would definitely say that based on my statement. she
Great
would-
question.
I think
From
she would
Raven.
she would get a white lightsaber.
And for those out there who want a custom Snuggie like Oni is wearing right now, we can have them made for you at a decent price.
Right, just mark the price for
I mean, it's awesome.
what does that go for? How much? Anyways, he blue, no red. But I would say yellow saber. I go with the yellow saber. She's like a defender of like not the Jedi Order, but that's what the yellow saber represents. I think.
Well,
So definitely yellow saber.
They were specific. Well, they were not first, but they were mostly seen with the Temple Guard.
Teal
and
saber.
That was that represented sacrifice of something to gain something.
Oh, okay. All right, so hero.
Oni
What would
playing with a
heroes
voodoo
be?
doll?
Voodoo doll, maybe. That's what she's making. Making a
I
voodoo doll.
mean, Badger's been making
Me?
them. Yeah, you.
Oh no, it's just a cord.
Oh. To wrap around them. Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right. Okay, guys. What type of force wielder would hero be?
Jedi.
Probably. I'm gonna go with Jedi.
I definitely say Jedi because he's a goody goody.
He
So
does lose his temper, but not any more than a normal Jedi. So.
no, like I could totally hear him saying, "Hello there." to people. But
Hello there.
hello
General
there,
Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
There you go. Hello, Clarice. Oh wait, wrong movie.
Hero. I see Hero has come.
To try to destroy the Sith.
I don't know. I'm trying to sound like Grievous. It's not working.
Oh, no, he does not. No, he does not.
Okay. What would Soda be?
Jedi.
Oh, totally Jedi.
Also, what color would Hero's saber be?
Oh yeah.
Before we go on to that, yeah. I'd say blue.
I get a blue vibe.
I get a blue vibe too.
Pink.
Pink. I would say Hero would have blue. I think Oni would either have yellow or teal.
Wow, Rogue.
Rogue.
Gray purple.
Gray purple.
color?
Jabba. Wow. Heroes would be red, but he's a Jedi.
Red didn't originally mean evil, but it
Okay.
just became simpler, and also the fact that in order for a Sith to use a kyber crystal, they tended to have to wound the kyber crystal's force essence, essentially, so it would turn red, like it was bleeding.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Soda's definitely a Jedi. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's Badger.
Magma's right. Old Republic Jedi used to have red. I think that's
okay.
more for
Old Republic was fucking baller. Holy shit. Thanks,
Yeah.
fucking camera. Told you it'd crash. Bitch.
But see, I don't think all the sources fully understand the color red.
I am now
They
Hero.
all state that they all state that it was a symbol of power and anger and a lot of other stuff.
I'd say if I was younger, I'd be probably
Yeah.
more towards the dark side, and as I got older, probably more Jedi. But I still would like to consider just neutral in general. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And with
Chaotic.
a purple lightsaber.
Yeah. Soda definitely purple lightsaber. Neutral gray.
for sure.
Mace Windu, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
was-
would go with purple.
And I'm not going to reveal my saber because that's the answer to the trivia question. But for later. But yeah, he would be purple.
Kazoo says yours is a black light.
Oh
a black lightsaber. That would be awesome.
Actually, two things. One, the dark saber, which
Yeah.
is a symbol of the Mandalore's power as the Mandalore on Mandalore. Then there's
Mandalore.
also the Ghost Fire Kyber Crystal,
Yes.
which has not been actually knowingly that anyone knows were in sources put into a lightsaber yet, but it has an essentially invisible blade or an invisible essence, so it's almost like motion blur, and
It's like a gas stove.
and it
Flame.
emits almost no sound, so it's almost invisible, hence the ghost fire. So sort of, yeah.
Kind of like how
Sort
rubbing
of.
alcohol burns. You know, burns clear.
Well, actually, to my knowledge,
Green is
when it
good.
comes to those types of substances, those don't burn, it's the fumes.
Ah,
I think. Don't quote me on it, but I mean, I still wouldn't test it out in your hand, but allegedly.
Oh, well.
I know a while back, Hero and I were on Etsy and we're like looking at these custom sabers.
Yes.
And we both picked the same one, but I picked the Sith one. I found out later it was actually a Sith one. And he picked the Jedi one, but it's like looked like gold and silver inlays with a black background. It looked fucking it looked so awesome. You don't want to take it out to cosplay. You want like just to put it, you don't want to even take it out of your house. It looks so nice. And I
Nice.
was just like, and you could actually write stuff on the side. I was going to use
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass's side. There's no success without struggle.
Mhm.
Soul Saber.
But it did. But you can do it in the language of the Jedi language, whatever it is. And it was enough. It was too many characters.
I know.
Mhm.
But
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah. But like then I had my computer die on me and I couldn't afford it. So
Yeah,
What happens when it get-
money.
yeah, it was like $450 just for the hilt.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Fucking obscene amount of money.
So, to tease my personal preference,
Yeah.
I have a saying that my original D&D character had that's kind of carried with me throughout my adult life at this point, and it's along the lines of, even in the darkest of night, the smallest of light will shine through. Take that how
Whoa.
you will.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That is almost the exact same quote from Hellboy, by the way, if you remember that
Is
movie.
it really?
The original
Is it
Hellboy.
really?
Yes.
What the?
Copyright.
Yes. So let me explain. So when
Oh, you fucked.
Agent, what is his name? Well, anyways, when the guy joins the bureau, Hellboy's father is talking to him. I think his name is Jay.
Mhm.
And McCready. No,
Ah.
wait, Agent. No, it couldn't have been McCready. Anyways, he goes, in the absence of light, darkness prevails. Well, okay, well, it wasn't exactly the same, but then there are creatures that go bump in the night, and we are the ones that bump back.
Whoa.
So just the idea of no matter how dark things are,
There's still Black Light Oni.
unfortunately, I am eternal. I
You
will always
giggled there.
exist.
I know you fucking laughed there.
He did.
But I don't know. I like that. I do like that. I feel like it's so familiar though. It sounds like it exists somewhere.
Kazoo Jar Jar is a Sith Lord. Everyone
Oh,
knows
God.
this.
Who's what?
Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. Everybody knows.
Well, yeah,
this.
because he's over 6 feet tall.
Right.
But there's a possibility that the quote comes from somewhere or some basis of the quote. Original thought is rare these days. But
No shit.
like
There is no dark. There is no light. There is just the Force.
Uh-oh, somebody's catching on.
A little
Who
hint
said
for you
that?
guys who, that's the Grey Jedi Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know, but I mean, did someone say it in the chat?
No,
No,
it
I cited it.
it was his.
Of course, I know what the Great Jedi Creed is. Thank you.
Yeah.
it was-
Also, there are many versions of Great Jedi, so
Yeah.
just remember that.
His quote is leading the direction of what I.
And while you're
hinting
doing that, chat, guess what I would be? Sith, Grey, or Jedi? So as we're talking about that, go ahead and answer that in the chat. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Hero.
So,
Badger never answered me. Badger, what kind of Jedi am I?
Uh-oh.
You mean what kind of Force user?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh.
Said Grey. She said Grey.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
right. She
alright.
did. I forgot. She specifically said gray purple, but yeah, I personally would see myself if I were in the Star Wars universe, I probably would kind of, because we did have this discussion probably 6 months ago when
Yeah.
we were talking about this. I have a personal kind of quote headcanon, so to speak, of what a character that I would portray would do. And I do see myself walking a path starting with the Jedi Order, falling to the dark side, and then returning and deciding to choose the gray path in the end.
Oh, like Revan.
Oh, and
no,
also
no-
you heard me telling you that because that's the exact same story I had.
Whoa.
I had a specific story. for
Yeah,
it.
he didn't.
How
steal your
dare
idea.
you? How dare you, Hero?
But
How dare you?
I also
How fucking dare you?
handpicked kind of my choice in lightsabers,
DC?
and I've always favored the dual wield class for melee combat.
I figured you'd use the hooked one for personal reasons.
You're wrong for that one. But the colors that I kind of feel personally I lean towards was cyan for one and red for the alternate.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're generally confused.
Right?
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, I have my nephews have, like, one has the red, one has the blue, and they kind of split them up between the two. So basically, just what my nephews have. So what the little one, the little bastard, he's the Sith, and then the older one, he's like the good side. So he's all the blue. So they like beating the shit out of each other with like lightsabers and hitting each other in the knuckles and shit. But you would take one of each. Because you can't make a decision, Hero. How dare you?
Well,
how dare you?
If
How
you,
dare you?
The
How dare you?
theory that I go with is cyan is indicative of a balance.
Hero's chaotic
between-
neutral.
Yeah. It's indicative of a balance between being proficient in the Force and proficient in combat. And crap, forgot what the other stuff was.
What's new?
Right.
Gonna scroll to it
Guessing
real
mind
quick.
abilities.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
You gotta get Swifty.
You're gonna get Swifty in
That
here.
five that Hero gives.
Chieftain is blue Jedi, I guess. So he's thinking I'm Jedi with a blue saber.
So there's calm and peace, and balance skill between Force and combat is what I'm reading right here. And then red because, well, you can't allow yourself to forget your past. So there would be that little bit of regret for things that I've done, but trying to work forward to making it better, kind of thing.
So you would put the red and blue together, and you'd have a purple saber because the two colors would make a secondary color, purple. So that way, it's always on your mind in one saber instead of splitting the two linearly, right?
You could go with that.
Because the rarity of two people having purple sabers on the staff would be crazy. I'm just trying to convince you so that way we can have two purple sabers. Because you know those two people both like Donatello, ironically.
I am sorry,
Yeah.
Chief. But
No,
no, seriously.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. I'm just making a joke.
Seriously, it was something that I was looking at, and I was really thinking that would fit, but I had a feeling.
I had a feel. Yeah, that would make sense. Well, I'm not going to tell everyone mine.
No,
But thank you, Hero.
What about you,
Giggity,
Oni?
giggity, giggity.
We did Oni's already.
Yeah, but she didn't offer.
Oh, what color would your saber be, Oni?
Thing is that if we theoretically lived in a Star Wars world, I'm not convinced I'd be a Force user.
Well,
We're just saying, hypothetically speaking, if you were.
But that's the thing. I mean,
Why you got to be difficult?
well, I'm
Just
just
answer the
being
damn question.
realistic. It's like, well, if I were a wizard
Fictional.
in Harry Potter, it's like there's no guarantee you'd be a fucking wizard. There are always those people who don't have those skills.
There's always one in the group.
Does the one who
Understood.
tries harder than everyone to be an edgelord.
Ugh. I'd be an Ewok who steals cabbages poorly. That's what Badger said.
that's probably
Yes,
And
we
Nova
know.
says she's a logical thinker. And then Magma Solar says, LOL, callback.
Yeah, I'll bet you remember that. Because actually, I had to remind him once. He's like, oh, yeah. What was his name? Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, Wukong. He was playing Kragmaloy Wukong once. And he said, yeah, that character threw somebody. It was the first time in a campaign we actually had to roll for, I think it was like a dexterity and a strength check to throw somebody. Which, I mean, it landed. And I had to correct him. And I'm like, actually, no, that was not the first time a character was thrown. First time a character was thrown was one of the first press of any campaign we ever did, because Bosch, a Trandoshan Jedi, decided to conspire with the Ewok to throw the Ewok at the Jawas. And it killed 3 of them.
Oh God, you threw a fucking Ewok and killed Jawas.
It was...
It's like midget wrestling Star Wars edition.
Right?
It was basically the start of how we knew this shit was going to go, which was called, it's going to be laced with drama, intrigue, and some serious memes. And yeah.
Drama,
Many
intrigue, Star Wars
Memes.
D&D with Blacklight Oni.
Wasn't that the same
Oh,
character
I was not the
that
DM for that one.
somehow that somehow got into the romantic graces of a Hutt Prime Lord?
Okay, that was Nari. That was Badger's other character, who is, I'm trying to remember the species, but essentially they're like bunny people.
Oh.
And she decided she was going to steal from Jabba, but instead she decided to seduce Jabba. One, became his wife, and then unfortunately the campaign with Badger at that point just couldn't keep going because Badger had too much shit going on with work and everything. And I think I think that was a Sith campaign, and I'm pretty sure that one collapsed. Unfortunately, there was a lot going on, so it had to get restructured. So, but yeah, Jabba fell in love with a bunny person.
Wow.
So Jabba's a furry. Okay.
Yep.
Whoa.
I mean, Jabba's a fucking slug, so you know.
Yeah.
Fair. Anyways.
So some people said Gray Jedi, and they would be correct for me.
So Oni doesn't pick a Jedi type or a Force user type.
No, because she's got to throw a wrench in the logic.
No. Always.
I would never be a wizard in Harry Potter. I'd never potty. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Like someone do a graphic design for a Harry Potter. That's something. That's like one of those things that you just
first.
But Gray Jedi.
Magma's convinced you're a Sith, Oni.
Whoa, yeah.
I'll
Jesus.
pretend to be
Yeah,
surprised.
because she's hiding. She's hiding. She's hiding her true form like a true
Right,
Sith.
yeah, exactly. Well,
She's she's probably her last name is probably Palpatine. Anyways,
we've seen the good side of Oni, though. She has one. So.
she has a good side.
Oni, I do.
Although
I do
that-
love you and adore you. I promise.
I can't stand you. I'm just kidding.
I don't believe that.
I know. No, I adore her too. I'm kidding.
Well, my thing
No.
is that I just wonder why everyone keeps going on about, oh, Sith this, Sith that, Sith are always evil, and it's like, you do realize you can be so good to the point of losing touch with reality and what made you good, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Kind of an extreme situation though.
But
Well, it can be,
what
but-
would your saber color be then?
Rainbow.
I mean, again, I don't think I would be force sensitive. I'm pretty sure I'd be one of those non-force sensitive people.
Should be a
If
mechanic.
I could be a force user
Fixing
and have a
droids and shit.
lightsaber,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Teal would be cool, but at the same time, there are things such as light whips.
Yeah.
which
Yeah. Oh,
they're not
that.
really approved because apparently the level of dexterity is pretty high for obvious reasons. But if you had a ghost fire kyber crystal in that,
oh god,
I mean, good fucking luck. You thought Maul was bad. Good luck countering that one.
That would be interesting. Can you imagine Oni running around with like a saber whip?
So this whole time, Soda's joking around about pink. Magenta's a color, and I somehow missed that.
Oh, is it?
Seriously.
I killed plenty of crate dragons to get pearls out of their stomachs in Star Wars. So.
I remember that. Yeah. It represents charm, harmony, and compassion.
Yeah, that would be more Soda
I could see it.
Yeah.
while he's on his meds. Off the meds, dark red.
Blood red.
Blood red saber. Chieftain with no back pain. Oh, Chieftain with back pain would have a red saber. And actually, I almost done the same path Hero went to. I went to good. Then in college, I had like literally the Vader saber, dark red, and then my saber changed again. And I'm not going to tell you what color it is, but it would be gray Jedi.
Huh.
There is no dark, there is no light. There's just the Force. I can harness both, motherfucker. All right. I can control my anger, but still have tranquility. All right, so that was a pretty fun soft topic. We have one more at the end. This is fun. I like doing those. You guys don't. Do you guys mind that too much that we do that? We go off topic like that. Okay.
No,
I think that's
look,
part of what.
all the times we do go off topic, this is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's easy because it's Revenge of the Fifth. So.
Absolutely.
And for alcoholics, it's Cinco de Mayo or Rookie.
Actually, my coworkers do celebrate Cinco de Mayo. They made tacos.
Nice.
So good, and they fed me.
Nice. That's always
that's
good.
the
when
best kind of coworker.
Hell yeah. Like when I was in San Antonio, we had breakfast burritos on Fridays. My job fed me. I'd have like 3 of them. They're like, oh, they're so good. And I was on that like meal prep diet. So that's when I got down to 172. But I had like 3 of those. What's that?
Dark Nova Dragon, can we take this moment and salute the Jedi Yub Nubs who died on the Battle of Endor?
Yep.
Okay, cut it off.
Yep.
Don't want to get copyright.
Yeah, we already did with. We're only gonna get it with the Star Wars thing that we did already. So.
Fair.
Fuck you, YouTube.
Right. Double bird.
If RGB lighting was a thing back then, it would change all the colors. Yeah, they totally would. The Oni wouldn't have a lightsaber; she'd just have a narwhal horn, and defend it.
I keep forgetting that you got the still image up of her. And when you said narwhal, I
That she was
thought she was
smiling.
legitimately smiling.
You can hear her like going, like kind of like when you hear Soda mutes himself, but like when he doesn't, you can hear him inhaling his cigarette.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar. I don't know what you're talking about.
So
okay, we saw Hero totally vaping, so
That's true.
all the time.
Which is against Toss on Twitch, but anyways,
Is it?
yeah,
Oh, it is?
it doesn't matter. Like 5 people watch us. No one like we're not like Amaranth who got banned or again, but
Yeah, that's a whole other.
yeah, she's back on. I just saw her. She's back on. Like she gets banned for a day and then you bring her back. Oh, we need your money.
Right.
So. But anyway, Kodaku Catastrophe. Catastrophe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
All right. It's a pun.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked
I'm
about
done.
we talked a little bit about this last week, but just like a lot
It
of
got
our other
worse.
topics, it just got
Wow. In a
fucking
week?
worse.
Jesus.
So the history is Kotaku decides to, on their UK blog, publish that you could not only pirate Metroid Dread on release day, but emulate it on PC. And then they went and made fun of Nintendo for having leaks of the Mario movie.
They're so fucking stupid,
And
dude.
then what brought them into the news cycle last week was one of their chief editors coming out and bitching that Nintendo blacklisted Kotaku and then called them both petty and unprofessional. And what brings them into my target this week is them in their infinite fucking wisdom, the same damn garbage human of a chief
Whoa.
editor putting up a little custom meme of the Garbage human. legendary
You gotta do the
World War
Chewbacca
II
one.
pilot that
I gotta make
led the squadron that had the most Nazi and Japanese confirmed kills, and then captioning it with my thoughts on blacklists of publishers. Now, I'm told my fellows here that to his credit, he took it down, but to his ignorance, it is forever because it was the internet and has been archived.
Mm-hmm. They time machine that shit like that bitch did to us a year ago.
Like we care.
Nope.
However, to Kotaku, I say, fuck around and
Kotaku.
find out. And watch your backs. The Nintendo Shinobi are coming.
Yes. Can we, again, to Nintendo, we would love to have those sample games. So if you're not going into Kotaku, we'll actually give you a real review. And we'll give you a review for a nominal fee. Going above that nominal fee does not constitute getting a good review. We give you an honest review because we have game developers and people with brains between their shoulders.
Shoulders?
Just
How
saying.
about ears?
Ears, that too. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Oh, the Aleve is kicked in.
my.
Oh, I have no more pain.
Oh wait, no, I'm not.
No words.
Love you, Rogue Raven. No homo.
Kotaku, what the fuck are you doing? This is why you have been labeled at conventions with the sign that says Kotaku's journalistic integrity, 404 not found.
Oh, burn.
This is why, Kotaku, there are a lot of fucking publications, a lot of developers that don't want Jack Diddley shit to do with your dumbasses. You're fucking up, Kotaku. And I predict that within the next year, you will not be a business.
Oh, he's calling it. He's calling it. Someone clip that. He's calling that because he loves it. Remember 6 months ago when I said that Kotaku will be no more, and then be like, no, it was like, all right, let's go to the clip because he said the same thing with BuzzFeed and was right. So
that was crazy. I'm gonna say that was crazy. I honestly.
And you know what? One more thing. You know what? I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. Mario broke the $1 billion mark. So Hero was right. I was wrong. Don't clip this.
And pineapple belongs on pizza. Thank you.
No.
If you're a Nazi, yes. Pineapple.
Truth to tell, though, I have no idea. I don't think it's going to get much more. My top end prediction, personally, for Mario is 1.2. There are people out there saying 1.5 billion.
Oh, I was gonna say, they're gonna get? Are they close to 6? Is my next question.
They're close. Last I checked, they were at 1.02. And my tracker that I made in Excel basically caps at 1.2.
You did a tracker in Excel.
It took me 10 minutes to put it together, okay? 10 minutes of thought. Here's an equation. I'm just going to track it out for about 2.5 months.
This is what we deal with.
Oh my god.
This is what we deal with off the air. Like, you have me and Hero in a pissing contest and see who is right.
Yeah, it's about as entertaining as bashing your head against a fucking wall.
Yeah.
Some people don't find interest in the finer details of things.
Right.
I do. Hey, excuse you. Excuse you.
Oh no, here we go.
Who's the one correcting all your fucking grammar? Who's the one making sure that we don't sound like complete imbeciles when we're talking to other corporations or groups? Yeah, that would be at least partly me. Just because you want to have a pissing contest about the amount of money something is making and then making a pissing contest about the verbiage used in that sentence, don't get me started on that. Because watching that made me want to fucking die.
Whoa.
Nova was like, I can't stand this no more.
I appreciate the level of detail and attention people put into their predictions. I do respect that. But do not call X amount is considered a lot to other people. Yeah, but we're talking about movie theaters. That just boggles the mind. If I imagine what 2-year-olds arguing sounded like, or like if Badger and I were back to 2 years old, it would be like that.
Chieftain, who was the one that made that argument? That is a lot of money to normal people. Who made that argument?
Was it me or you?
It was you.
Chieftain.
Because I was the one
that.
saying we're talking about movie theater money here.
We're not talking about individual. Yeah, I remember now. I remember the context of the conversation now. Yeah. So So it's like, how much is money really worth? to the movie theaters, right? Because they're not making money off the movie; they're making money off the concessions. But
yeah, a fraction of the money made in gross goes to them. It's part of the contracts.
And I never add my 2 cents to those arguments either.
What's your?
You would do better to save it. It's invest it in something else, my good sir.
It's funny.
Well, next week you'll be doing a lot of talking because there's a lot of teaching next week.
Yeah,
true.
There he goes dancing again, dancing on the Falcon, on Soda's face.
Yeah, on
and
Soda's face.
and in the credits.
I mean, I dance on my own face. Why not?
Yeah. If you're new to Lagging Out, I'm Chieftain to my right. That's still of the rare unicorn we know as Blacklight Oni, or the narwhal we know as Blacklight Oni.
Yeah.
So bottom left is Hero, the IT guy, aka starring as our local Chewbacca. And the bottom right-hand corner is the only host that runs at 60 frames a second, Soda Pop, or he's known as C3POS in our May the 4th special.
So back on topic.
Make sure you sub.
Yes, please. Back on topic. I'm dishing it off because all I could offer at this point is nice rage clips.
Right. I have nothing to say. Oni, Soda?
Oh, yeah, I got nothing.
I'll let Soda go first.
I have nothing on this one. Go ahead.
You call a large corporation petty when they decide not to do business with you because of how you conduct yourself, and somehow that's petty. But then you decide to make more content trying to do what? I don't know. Prove a point, be all annoying. That seems more petty to me.
Don't cry.
You're bitching about how they're not giving you anything to work with, but you're proving why they don't want to work with you. You literally enticed people and encouraged people to make that company lose money by pirating a game openly, which is a horrendously stupid idea because there haven't been lawsuits about that at all. Totally Nintendo not saying you owe us 30% of your salary for the next, till you die. That really hasn't happened. You're the one going to them, wanting them to give you something, but then you bitch and complain like a petulant child. How's that going for you?
I forgot an important point that's going to sweeten this for you, Oni.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Roscoe's working for them.
They also proceeded to publish the leaks for Tears of the Kingdom less than 2 weeks before the game comes out. It comes out on May 12th. And they published the leaks for it.
Good Lord. Why?
What an idiot.
Yeah.
And
this
you know
is
what?
why people don't want to.
They were grandstanding about how Naughty Dog was in the right for copyright striking the fuck out of everybody when The Last of Us 2 leaks dropped. And here they are doing the same hypocritical bullshit, and they're crying when
Here we
Nintendo says, go fuck yourself.
Okay, I'll say it. They decided, Kotaku wanted to post a World War II era meme. Kotaku, I think you're realizing why Japan's neighbors haven't forgotten what they did in the South Pacific. Because they liked to make people go on death marches. I think you're on one right now.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
They're sitting there with the surprise Pikachu face.
Do it.
Where does Kotaku come from? Like, what country are they from? Where's their headquarters?
Sounds like a Japanese name
They're
to
an
me.
American fucking media company. They got their claim to fame off of getting freaking first dibs on shit coming out of Japan for game productions and shit. And anime, manga. Hence why they chose the name Kotaku.
Oh, do they have any ties to a Japanese person or anything? Or
how dare
are they taking, dare I say, are they receiving benefits from having culturally appropriated the language.
Oh
Racist.
my God. Brian Crescente founded Kotaku, co-founded Polygon, and previously served as a video games editor at Variety, and was in charge of the game coverage at Rolling Stone.
Hmm.
Whoa, dude.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Is he still in charge of it now, or?
Oh no, they sold out years ago.
Sold
That's probably
out.
part of the reason.
Undoubtedly.
Because I can understand with him, going, I'm really into this kind of stuff. I'd like to pay homage. That makes sense. But now that they're dissing the very people that they keep begging for gains from, that's appropriation. That's where I think I draw the line. And I'm not even saying that because I really give a shit. I'm saying it because that's the exact argument they would be using against anyone else.
They're owned by
So-
Geo Media now.
Who the fuck is that? Am I supposed to care?
They're a media company conglomerate that owns a whole fuck of digital media sites. Gizmodo,
Okay.
Kotaku, Jalopnik, Deadspin, Jezebel, The Root, the AV Club, The Takeout, The Onion, The Inventory, and Ports. Some of those I don't even fucking know.
Right?
I do know Jezebel.
Yeah, they're the fucking hack.
What the
job
fuck?
Bullshit place. Same with the AV Club.
Bitches be thirsty.
Yeah, that's true.
Thirsty for these nuts.
What?
Mhm. But
There's the clip.
Wait,
Yeah.
does that mean Kotaku is getting a nice serving of a tea bag?
Oh.
Totally right now.
I'll just sip on my matcha latte.
Your macho latte? That sounds very masculine.
I have no clue. But I'm done here, guys.
I don't know if you
Any
can
other
classify a
input?
drink as masculine. That's good.
No.
Like a Jack and Coke is a masculine drink.
Yes. No, just as many girls that drink Jack and Coke as guys.
Do you know
Hmm?
if they're women or not?
I
Did you
mean,
ask their
personally,
gender?
yes, because I know the
Oh.
difference between a man and a woman.
Do you
Oh, that's
now?
more. Well, you know more than one of our Supreme Court justices then.
Yes.
Right. Men
Just
can
like I
have
know the
babies.
difference between an assault rifle and a semi-automatic rifle, unlike the lead of the ATF. But hey, not everybody can be smart, I guess.
Not easy being cheesy.
I don't know. Ask the state of Wisconsin. They seem to have their ideas.
How many times have you had grilled cheese this week for dinner, Oni?
I think only maybe once.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
I get paid
that's a
next week,
timeout.
so
There's
What?
a Badger timeout right there.
Mm,
That's a
pineapple on
Badger timeout.
pizza.
yeah. Shame.
On a lighter note, congrats to the Irish G-Man on Twitch.
Yeah, I wish I knew if he was online or not or hanging out or not, because I'd totally love him to see this shout out. Because
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't he
seriously.
he graduated, right?
Yeah, he
that's-
graduated. He graduated his classes, from what I heard.
Yeah, so awesome. For that, congratulations, Irish G-Man, on graduating school. Welcome to the world of college loans.
Yeah. No shit. Well, I don't know how they are in Ireland, but
They might pay for their education there. Who knows?
Some countries are cool like that.
Yeah.
But they also-
Congratulations. Huge accomplishment. Don't,
Yes.
especially with keeping tabs on a
I-
job, doing streaming. That's a lot. We're really proud of you.
well, he
I
said he was
clipped it.
gonna
I clipped that
stream,
part, and I'm going to put it in the shorts for him.
He's supposed to be streaming full
Aw.
time, from what I thought, but I haven't seen him on since I talked to him.
He wants to come back on our show too.
Yeah, yeah. I asked him if
And
he
I
wanted to
think
come back on.
I think I'm not sure if I misread Eric July's person who's in charge of his socials and stuff like that.
Personal assistant.
But personal assistant. I think she hinted around of him coming back as well.
Which would
But
be
I'm not.
totally
I don't
awesome.
want to quote that on her, but I think that's just
I
because we
can-
go back.
Sorry, we can talk about it on Sunday, and
Mhm.
if you'd like, I can give it a read over and see what may or may not be there.
Right. I also got his information, so I'm going to send off his Lagging Out merch to him. So
Hooray!
Thanks to
thanks
you
to you guys. I had to explain the difference between an assault rifle and an automatic rifle. Hero does classes on guns on Sundays. If you want to check that out, just a simple donation of $1,000. It's a 10-week course, and he educates you online on Zoom, and he will get you all hooked up on the terminology and every type of gun that you can think of.
I
He
guess
knows
you could
everything.
say he keeps you on target.
That's right.
All right, put a bullet in your ass.
He's our version of Tackleberry from Police Academy.
Tackleberry.
I'm not sure if that's a good experience or not.
I'm just kidding. It's not $1,000. It's $5,000.
Nearly.
5,000? Oh.
Squishy topic time.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Star Wars contact that we loved. And look at that little line on the bottom there. That wasn't erased. There's points off for cropping issues. That's okay.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, so this topic is, what are the 3 favorite parts or brands you would like to be No, wait a second. What? That's old.
Last week.
Yeah.
Star Wars content that we loved. Basically, what are the 3 top Star Wars items or things that we liked about Star Wars? And
Or
to
hated.
go first. What's that?
Or hated. I mean, you know.
Or hated, yeah. So to go first, we're gonna go the Mohawk Wonder.
Oh fuck.
Oni's
That's
top
about
3.
$25 worth of sorry right there, Badger.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't need to apologize.
So Oni's number 1 is.
Well, oh, I was trying to do this backwards, but okay.
Oh, that's. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was.
Badger and I discussed it, but you know, things happen. So
The GPS girl.
I can explain it in reverse, anyways, or get back to this one. So, the D20 system of Star Wars, which had like 7 to 10 different books, like Alien Anthology, and what you can buy in the shops, and the Jedi, and Dark Side, and all that good stuff. That was released around the mid to late 2000s. Yes, there's an RPG out right now. It's not the same. And this one has a special place in my heart, but I'll explain it a little later. But the really great intro to Star Wars, and just seeing everything. The art is really cool in it. Yeah, there's just a lot to love about it, but I have a personal reason why this one is my number 1 of absolute favorite things that Star Wars ever did. Number 2, I don't know if it's going to show up. The early 2000s miniatures. They had a line of miniatures to play a miniatures game. They released different sets, and these sets included an entire set of droids. They released an entire set based on the Jedi and Sith of the movie series, which was only the prequel and the original at the time. They also had the Old Republic. So yes, you could play as Revan. You could play as Bastilla Shan. They had those from the comics and books, such as Jason and Anakin Solo. They had Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, who was absolutely fucking OP. 240 health points, I think. 4 fucking attacks and a commander. So he does like a bajillion and 1 fucking things. It's obnoxious. It's so fucking obnoxious. He just, you watch your miniatures go around the map, and Luke's there just like, sup, bitch, and you're just like, I guess I'll die. And the miniatures were actually pretty good. Like they
can
look
run,
pretty
but you
good.
can't hide, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. And also just because the amount of banter and and bullshit that happened around the table was hilarious, both to watch and to witness and to partake in. So, and then the third one, yeah, it's kind of squishy. It's really just all the creators who keep it alive. Everyone who does the cosplays, everyone who does art, who does the mini movies. Someone did one with Darth Maul hunting some of the Jedi, which was awesome. It was really well done. Everyone who's kept it alive for so long shared that love, did, comics, made the tabletop RPGs, tell the stories. They're the reasons why Star Wars still breathes life into people and why it still garners such attraction to people. Now, to go back to the first one with the D20 system, not only is it really fun, not only is it easier to grasp, there's just so much to utilize and to partake in. The other reason why it's so close to my heart is because although when I started working at Cracker Barrel, I had just moved to Georgia, starting college. I'd just gotten out of the military. I connected with a few folks from there, and we would play D&D. Part of it was because they'd always wanted to play, but the other part was because I actually had played. So then we got introduced to Star Wars D&D because I didn't know they had that. So of course, several of them pitched in money to go buy the books, buy some dice, buy a lot of dice. And we would just play. And my characters tend to not have a backstory when I start out. I kind of play as them for a little while and kind of get the idea with the choices that I go, okay, this is who they are. I don't go into it knowing who they are. The first character I have was never originally supposed to be Force sensitive. He was supposed to just be a fringer, kind of a blank slate of character. But he wound up growing on me a lot. And in a way, so did my life, because these people I play D&D with, Star Wars D&D with, are still very close to me in my heart, even though I'm not physically close to them. We're miles away. And one of them wound up being very important to me and still is in a way I didn't expect. So if it weren't for Star Wars D&D and us meeting on Tuesdays, I scheduled my class schedule so I could have Tuesday afternoons free to go hang out with everyone. I don't think I would have the relationship I have with them, and I wouldn't have the relationships I have with everyone else. So it did something for me in a way that really can't be replicated otherwise. So Star Wars D&D has a very special place in my heart for that reason. So
sometimes it's about the game. Sometimes it's about playing the game with your friends that makes the game fun. It's like gathering, almost like a social event. So like, yeah, playing Call of Duty could be a pain in the ass for me, but like playing with my friends makes it fun.
It might be Noah. I have no fucking clue what's
Is
going
that
on
demon
with
girl in your house, bro?
Yeah, she likes to just randomly talk. I don't know what's wrong with my avatar. It's because this new fucking. Ever since I hooked up this mic, he's not feeling
fuck?
well. Yeah. He's not talking. But
So
he
it is
talks when
top
Oni
3.
talks. It's fucking creepy. My top 3. What are my top 3? Star Wars Galaxies. I think I've talked about this before. It's one of my favorite fucking games ever. Like the nostalgia, the Star Wars Galaxy probably, I don't say saved my life. It was never really that bad, but my anxiety. I spent a lot of time Star Wars Galaxies meeting people. Of course, it was I would say one of the first big MMOs. Kind of, a lot of people didn't know about it. Community was awesome. People were awesome. Game was awesome. It just spent a lot of time on it. So I always hear Star Wars music, and just it takes me back and just to that moment, like playing a game. It's weird, kind of nostalgia, I guess. Next. Oh, apparently I did read they put Star Wars Galaxy's Legacies out, so they kind of went back and redid it. So
I hope they did it right.
no, they didn't.
Oh
Oh,
god.
that's fucking tragic.
How dare you?
All right, my next one is my first Yoda figure I got when I was, I mean, what, 3, 4, 5 years old, whenever. I've always remembered. I mean, I had all the figures, but Yoda was always, with the snake around his head. Of course, they're worth like $1,500 in the package now, but we had
No
3 of
bendable
them.
joints.
We had 3 of every Star Wars figure probably ever made. So, my
Wow.
my dad threw them away, so they wouldn't be worth it.
I
Wow.
am so sorry.
God damn.
My friend had the at STs in the box from the original Star Wars trilogy.
Why do I hear a butt?
No, there's no but. He still has it.
So,
Oh, okay.
It's in the
Oh, we were-
plastic and everything.
we were kids. We didn't know any better. So,
My parents threw away all my like Batman and Spider-Man comic books.
Oh, geez.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
they're not going to
mine-
be worth anything, Joseph. I'm throwing them away.
We probably had every Star Wars, every Thundercat, every
Oh, nice.
G.I. Joe. Not nice, but my dad just either gave them away for 10 cents at the yard sale or they went in the trash can.
Oh wow. I feel the same way about my original Game Boy. Like when I was in college, when we moved to Florida, I was in college, and I didn't have the opportunity to pack my room in New York, and I couldn't find my Game Boy, my Light Boy, about 15 games and the instruction manuals inside a large case. Gone. No idea where it is. Don't know where it went. It was just gone.
Wow.
I was so pissed. I'm still mad about that. I'll be honest. I held on to that anger a long time.
We had those
I mean,
original
that's
WWE.
understandable. Because I mean, like, okay, I'm gonna ask this because this goes great on my nerves. What's the point of buying something for your kids if you're just gonna say, well, it's not worth anything, so I'm just gonna throw it away now? It's like you're the one who spent money on it.
I was 18 at the time. I think I had it since I was 13.
Okay, yeah, and I mean, look, I grew up with, one of my parents had a really bad temper. They didn't have the skills or the techniques to quench it at the time. But I mean, if something like that happened, they were apologetic. If they threw something away accidentally, they were like, "Shit, I am so sorry."
Oh no, it wasn't.
It was just like we couldn't afford to move everything, so we had to make a decision type of thing.
Okay, well that's sort of understandable, but like,
Yeah.
my parents always apologized if they did something that they didn't know would actually cause us like sadness, not like look,
Apology? What
it
the
was a-
fuck is that? I never got an apology from my parents ever.
Yeah.
They were
that-
always right and I was always wrong.
And that bothers me. I wish you all could meet my parents. I think you think they're the coolest thing since sliced bread. My parents are pretty fucking cool.
All right.
And I'm
well,
not
let's-
saying that because I'm biased. I'm saying that because I objectively think my parents are pretty fucking cool.
Ariel, come pick me up and we'll drive to where her parents are and we'll go meet them.
Hey, sounds like a plan.
All right, let's do it. He likes to drive.
No, the fuck I don't.
He loves driving. Loves
I
driving.
don't know if there are any charging stations in the town they live in, so.
He could
Yeah,
use the
gas.
fossil fuel car.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'd probably be better.
All right, my third one is the Canteen song. Dun,
Oh,
dun,
that's
dun,
a
dun,
good
dun, dun,
one.
dun, dun, dun. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody.
Do.
Anybody's watched Star Wars, that's iconic. Like it's just.
Do.
Yeah.
The blue guy?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. And
All right, anyone have any requests? Same song? All right, let's do it. Do.
And you could play that in Star Wars Galaxy too. That was another cool part. So
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
it was great. Great. I mean, I grew up. I actually saw Star Wars in the drive-through, or drive-in, not drive-through.
Yep.
So that was something also that was kind of. I always remember that. Even though I
That's
was
something that I wish
like 3 years
would
old,
come back.
4 years old. Yeah. There's
You
one.
think it would come back during the pandemic, right?
They
They
have one in
did.
Kentucky.
There were several. You guys have never been to a drive-in theater recently?
No.
Not recently.
That was
Not
the
in,
last time I actually was in a movie theater. Was a drive-in theater. There's a drive-in theater on Highway 21 in South Carolina, just outside of Beaufort, just past the air station. Probably, maybe. Okay,
That
maybe
is
it's not just
very
outside, but-
specific.
Yes, because that's the one I went to. Because I didn't care about the movies. I was just there because someone invited me, and I needed to get out of my barracks room. There's some shit going on in my life. Anyways, there are a lot of drive-in theaters that have opened or been open for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just Florida,
No,
but
Kentucky
trust
has-
me, they are out there. I would be happy to take you to some.
Yeah,
The last
somewhere
one
in
I went
Kentucky.
to was in the Call of Duty video game where like there was like a game type demolition or something, and it was in a drive-through theater. That's it. And there was always a camper behind the screen shooting through a hole in the screen.
It was great for me, especially when I was bad with my anxiety. Go drive through when I was in Kentucky because I could watch the movies I normally wouldn't be able to go sit down and watch. So
Yeah, Debbie Does Dallas and Chicks with Dicks, right?
yeah.
Oh God.
Linda Lovelace.
I mean, also
too.
the prices are way better.
Linda Lovelace. Crazy Lord.
The funny thing is like I remember going to a drive-through theater maybe 2 times when I was a kid, and
Well, yeah, you're.
ever since then, the only drive-throughs that I have seen are basically abandoned buildings.
Well, yeah.
Why do they call it Hoth? It should be called Koth. Sorry, I'm nervous. I'm up after the band. Rogue Raven.
Soda,
Yeah.
with the Cantina song, is there a particular version you like best? Like, obviously the movie has one version, but I don't know if it got remixed or redone in different video games or other media. But is there a particular version you like
the
the best?
Mariner, what's up?
Up, man. Probably the one from the original movie. Yeah. That's the one I grew up with. So
That's
sure
fair.
they've
Yeah,
done
it
but
does have
always-
a.
It still has the same, beat and everything to it. So
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it could just maybe it sounds clearer. But I mean, I like the
Nothing-
audio quality. I think the
nothing
audio
in,
quality.
the old drive-throughs had anything to do with good audio quality.
Well, no, I mean like in terms of the recordings of those, like listening
Question, I
to,
never thought about it.
because that can change how a song feels. Like if you were to listen to a song, let's say you're listening to Led Zeppelin, that audio quality is not going to sound as super crispy as a song that comes out from this year of the same genre.
Right.
But there's a quality to it, a warmth that you can't get in modern media, which is just telling the technology. So I know a lot of people like remixing and redoing music online. I listen to those a lot. But the fact that you still really, the classic is, that's the pedestal. That's the bar. I
think so,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like I said, we grew
Me-
up. Me and Joe were that time period that was everything was about Star Wars, and then even when it first came out, was VHS first, or was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
then we
brother
got our
never
DVDs
seen.
and-
My brother's never seen any of the Star Wars.
I don't know how,
fucking
considering you're
crazy.
his brother.
I've known people who never saw Star Wars.
My brother,
I have too. But like,
Empire Strikes Back. He was. When did that come out? 80.
I'd have to look it up.
If it
We'll
if it
go
was
with that,
80,
sure.
he was 2 months old. So I mean,
No.
Keep forgetting that he's
Much younger than you then.
he looks way older than me.
Well, my
But
brother's younger than me, but he's Star Wars.
well, I mean, he works 3 jobs. He just graduated grad school with distinction.
I don't need his sob
Which
story. I
kudos
want
to
my own.
him, but
I'm just kidding.
kudos to him regardless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 kids and he's married, so that's gonna wear down on you.
That's his fault. That's not our fault. Just saying.
I can't believe that Empire Strikes Back is 40 years old. Yeah. Which actually leads into mine. My top 3, but unfortunately, that would be a great lead in, but I am not next.
Damn.
So Heroes top 3. Do. It's Heroes top 3. Do. We get it for free.
We're doing the top 3 like Star Wars things that we remember, pretty much.
That we like. One of our favorite things.
So, this isn't exactly how I worded it, but I think I like this better. The extended universe books after the initial
Episode 6
trilogy that everybody saw. I particularly haven't had the
What,
opportunity
Kazoo?
to read all
Right?
of the books following that, but I did read some of them, and I absolutely adored them, especially the storyline involving what happens with Luke Skywalker after that timeline.
My eyes hurt.
And my next one, I'm going to apologize to Oni because I know how much she absolutely hates it.
Fucking canon.
I love Knights of the Old Republic.
The game or the
Yes.
Why would you feel bad? That was a legendary game that actually had a really good story and really good world building.
was
Oh, I
Yes.
don't feel bad for liking it. I just
I know it has
acknowledging that
Revan, but
I'm acknowledging that you completely dislike the story behind Revan because you find it to be overrated when there's so many.
yeah, but he's only a part of that story. This story is really about Mitra Surik, who is totally underrated in my opinion. I think she is a miniature you can play in the game, by the way. The miniatures game from the early to mid 2000s. So
Yeah, but I absolutely adored the story from Knights of the Old Republic. It was great to me, especially when I realized who the story was about, because I knew of Revan before I ever played Knights of the Old Republic, which leads into my third one, which is Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
Of course he does.
you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
But I read the books about Star Wars The Old Republic, which was from my understanding, it's effectively the story of Revan. I can't remember if it comes before or after Knights of the Old Republic, but I remember that they go together, and I just thought I found his entire storyline fascinating, absolutely fascinating, and it sounds cliche to say this, but it really feels like just to me, it was a great hero's journey. You have the guy that starts out as a nobody and then grows into somebody that's a great Jedi, gets involved in these wars, and then disappears. Come to find out, like, much later in all of the stories, you find out that he turns out to be the big bad that causes a lot of these wars, and then he has a redemption arc. And I've always been fond of stories of villains that have a redemption arc, or heroes that become the villain and then they have a redemption arc. I've just loved that dynamic. It's always been fascinating to me.
Awesome.
Yep. And without further ado.
Yeah, I'm stuck on something. Hold on.
Do
All right,
it.
cool. Do it now. Yeah, who's that handsome son of a bitch? That's me.
Whoa.
All right.
20 years ago.
Shut up.
damn, dude.
Don't be jealous, bitch.
Yeah, I am jelly.
All right. My top 3. Number 1, Shadows of the Empire. I think it was an NES game. And not the whole game, just the first parts. Because in the first part, you're in a snow speeder or a speeder modified for Hoth. And what you have to do is hit the tow cables on the AT-ATs, wrap around the tow cables around the AT-ATs, and make them trip and fall.
I remember that.
Which were so much fun. Like, I didn't like the entire rest of the game. I liked playing that one part, and that's what I did. Number 2 kind of expands on number 1. Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. The best out of all the sequels. I don't mean just 4, 5, and 6. I mean all 9. I mean the animated series. I mean The Mandalorian. I mean Rogue One. I mean everything. Best, hands down, Star Wars content ever to be created by the franchise. Come fight me.
You know what's funny is there's a few lists out there that agree with you.
Yeah.
It's not an unpopular opinion. Number 3, because Chieftain is a misogynist.
Oh no.
Slave Leia cosplays. Like, who doesn't like the Slave Leia cosplay? I liked it before it was cool. They made it famous during Friends. This is Rachel. This is Rachel. She's a cosplayer. We kind of worked at Rooster Teeth around the same time. And she does those every year. She does the Leia Slave Girl outfit every year. And she rocks it out pretty good. And usually, when you see the Slave Girl Leia outfit, see, Mariner agrees.
You gotta get swifty in here. Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here. Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty.
That's not an agreement, but sure.
You gotta get swifty in here.
Any more?
No. One me.
Okay. So those are my 3. And anytime Rachel posts a photo on Twitter, I'm always liking and retweeting it. Because Rachel is cool as hell. I've talked to her a couple times. I'm trying to convince her to come to Florida. She's like, I live here. I want to move to Florida. I'm from Florida. I'm like, there's probably nothing here for you because you're kind of like a pseudo-famous cosplayer. But,
Right.
I mean, anyways, those are my 3.
And the con scene
See,
in
that-
Orlando, I'm sure, is pretty good.
She actually was at a MegaCon. She was at the MegaCon 2 years ago. We were there at the same time, but I didn't know she was there because I was having such a miserable time walking 2 miles in 90-degree heat to get to the Orange County Convention Center because there was no parking for it.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
It was horrible. Like I sweat through I wore this shirt. I sweated through this shirt. I sweated through my underwears. I sweated through my socks. It was horrible. I was dying. Yeah, but
It was moist.
it was moist. It was very moist.
All right, let's get a chain of that going. Moist.
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 And if you are, if you're a latecomer, once again, we're gonna play the Oni to the Rescue May the 4th special on Revenge of the 5th. So without further ado, let's play it one more time.
And now, the president of Lagging Out Entertainment, the Chieftain.
With no chin here. Those are all my fans. Clone Wars, bitch.
Roger, Roger.
Now I can't stop looking at the fucked up tie.
Don't worry about it.
I just wish that Oni's
My
video
fellow
was
gamers,
working so that we could see
another
people's
year has come and
reaction.
gone with its own accomplishments and challenges. There were so many
AAA companies are crumbling. The legacy developers are trying to take the entire industry with them, while they dance in the ashes. Poor quality, incomplete releases, cancellations, layoffs. This is only a fraction of the issues plaguing the industry. We deserve better. Indie developers are doing what AAA developers should have been doing for years. They have been taking criticisms and building from them. They respect the fans and source materials. They build the community up. Gamers, indie developers, you aren't the only hope. Join the rebellion. Join Lagging Out.
Actinova to Blacklight only. Shields are down over.
Blacklight Oni to Actinova. Roger that. Thank you. Heading in. Over.
Roger, may the force be with you. Actinova out.
Hi, Oni. Okay, you'll need to make a left up ahead.
A left. Over.
Right. Sorry, a right.
Oh my goodness.
Lose them in the trenches.
Come on, focus. I know, Hero, but we're so close.
I'm just surprised there's been so little resistance.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Come get some, you campers.
We'll leave you the easy ones.
Easy.
Look at that on the enemy ship.
Yeah, doing great. Thanks for asking.
Shit, do a barrel roll.
If I make it back to base, I will end you.
I wish I could teabag these douche canoes. Pathetic.
Why's dinner first?
How does Oni put up with this?
I don't think she actually does.
I'm wrecked.
I'm seeing a lot fewer ships. Oni, where are you?
Let him go. Stay on the leader.
I have visual.
Rebel base 30 seconds and closing. The force is strong with this one. I have you now. What?
Woohoo!
Look out!
Okay, kid, take the shot.
Stand by. Stand by.
Garbage human.
Hero's right. Great job.
We'll keep your path home clear, Oni.
Thank you, everyone. Heading home. Over.
Hooray! Take the first left.
Left?
Right. I mean right.
Fucking hell.
Hero's face just cracks me up every time Great Gazoo says. Not the fact that Oni says fucking hell at the end.
Right, that's fun.
I don't know
Hey,
what to say.
hey, I want everyone to be able to appreciate
Now,
something in that video.
Oh.
What was everyone's favorite part about it? Getting done? That was my favorite part.
Look, all I gotta say about it is my favorite part is us enjoying the fruits of our labor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, true.
We had that was a year of trying to figure out what we wanted to do, guys. So I'm really glad you liked it. And if it's on our YouTube channel, if you want to see the whole thing and slow down the credits, there's funny stuff in the credits too that you might have missed. Also, when Oni's you saw like all the ships escaping the Death Star. There's the A-10s in the top right hand corner. I don't know if anyone saw it. I think I matched it too well, but she's actually in there as well. But if you know anyone who needs graphics done, we have a whole team that actually can do something better quality than that. We can actually do movie quality. We did the parody just to be funny, and Oni did. I would say 100% of the writing. Wouldn't you guys say that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I would.
It was a collaborative effort.
Yeah, like you turned it in. We made suggestions and then you rewrote it. So she was the head writer on it. How about that? Would you take that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, head writer.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not guild affiliated either.
Exactly.
So, not that she would accept, but hey, Disney, she's a writer that's not going to charge an arm and a leg for work for you.
Maybe she will. Now.
Right?
She's gonna get that new get a new Grand Cherokee now.
Why the fuck would I get a Grand Cherokee? Those have been known to be notoriously bad.
Oh my God. A Jeep.
Thank you. He does it as a down payment for a house.
There we go.
Use it for anything. Shove it
There
up
we
my
go.
ass.
Where's
right.
that bear claw?
Also, speaking of, if you actually want some optimism going on with the writing of anything, the John Romero Foundation is accepting applications and prompts or like writing from people, just everyday people, on different concepts regarding a zombie apocalypse and the human condition. So it's on Bloody Disgusting. If you want to check out a little bit more information, we have it in our Discord. We have a Discord server. We share random news. I found something about it. So if you want to try your hand, they're doing podcasts and want to explore things in short series segments. So if you have what it takes, or you think you have what it takes, or you want to just try and put something out there, they have a place to have those applications accepted. So you, as an aspiring writer or as an experienced writer, can try something that's different and fresh in a genre that is certainly possibly getting stale with certain fans. But I mean, they're trying to milk that dead horse. I swear, it's kind of creepy. Look at Walking Dead.
Whoa.
Speaking about Walking Dead, that's what I felt like this week when I was doing my workouts.
Look
at that
that's how you
segue.
felt when you tried walking.
Yeah, well, that was just today. But, you know, it's the Chieftain and Heroes Weight Loss Challenge. So our starting weight was 219 for me, and Hero, a very robust 228 pounds. Our goal, my goal is 203. His goal is 195. And last week, our weigh-in was 219.6 pounds, because I have a digital scale. And Heroes was 227. So, where's my drum roll? There it is.
I'm from New York. Fucking fight me.
Did not mean to do that, but okay.
Today, I am at 216.8, and Hero is at 226 pounds. I lost almost 3 pounds this week, guys.
Nice.
Yeah. I added an extra 5 minutes to my workout and ran. I'm averaging just under 3 miles a day. So 4 days a week. So after that, I bounced back pretty good. So now I'm starting to drop the weight. And the secret is lots and lots of pizza.
With pineapples.
I can eat pineapples, but my meds won't allow me to eat grapefruit. So as long as it's not grapefruit,
I'm in the
Why
same
is that
boat, but I actually
grapefruit? Yeah.
like grapefruit.
I can't eat it because I'm on a statin. So
I can't because of antidepressants. That makes sense.
so why does anyone know why?
No.
I do not,
What?
but I think it might
Why
just
what?
be the acids.
Can't eat pineapples
I
when
think it might just be
grapefruit.
I think it might just be the acids in the grapefruit.
Oh,
They don't work well together with most meds.
Apparently.
okay. So what did you do to lose that 1 whole pound, buddy?
The same thing I have been doing.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately,
Ugh.
unfortunately, or unfortunately, one or the other. Not sure how you'd look at it.
One of the two.
One of 'em.
It's kind of a side effect of one of the medications that they increase the dosage on.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It's literally
Can't win.
yeah, I really can't win with it because it's like if I get hungry on this medication and I'm still being affected by it, I feel ill. I feel sick.
Oh, okay.
And in order to make that nausea go away, I have to force myself to eat something. Which at first I'll be okay. I'll take 1 or 2 bites. And I'll look at it. And then I'm just
No?
like,
Wow.
nope, not interested. So I actually have to force myself to eat. And I just eat enough to get
Fat chicks need love too.
satisfied. And I learned unintentionally the hard way that if I eat a little too much, I feel absolutely horrible for the rest of the day, like sick to my stomach.
Oh, so it's so me it was just diuretic. So yours is just kidding. Wow, that was crickets right there. I've been taking this keto drink.
Oh, why are you doing the cocaine?
No, ephedrine, dude, not cocaine. You keep on saying cocaine when it's ephedrine. Different illegal drug. Get your shit right.
Sorry.
But no, I've been taking this keto drink and it does like it runs through you.
I thought you said you couldn't do keto.
It's no, I never said I couldn't do keto. I don't think I've ever said that. But
I
the
know
keto.
I said that keto is dangerous if you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so it's dangerous. But anyways, it's just a keto drink that helps you metabolize the food better. So my metabolism, it's weird because after I'm done running, like my almost 3 miles, it's not even the distance. It's interval training. So the distance is just arbitrary depending on like the workout. Cause I want to fucking die because I'm 2 minutes running hard, 2 minutes resting. And I'm like breathing heavy, like a fat fuck on this thing. And I'm just like, I want to die. And there's like, I hate it when people do this to me. They're like, oh, you got this. I'm like, I want to say, fuck you, dude. I've been on here for 23 minutes. Get fucked. That's why I want to tell them to do, because I'm just not in the mood for encouragement. Like, just shut up and go away. That's why I'm in the back room where no one can see me and hiding from everyone, because then everyone can see me like breathing heavy like a fucking noob. So, like, oh, you got this. I'm like, I know. Yeah, okay. Just go away.
Look, as much as I hate to admit it, interval training is the best kind of training to build your running endurance. However, it's also meant to fucking suck.
It's horrible.
You will always be huffing and puffing like a freaking 700-pound person going up a flight of stairs.
Right. I felt like I had a refrigerator on my back when I was climbing that shit. So it was horrible. It's one of those 3-in-1 elliptical stair stepper things. So depending on your stride. But I put it on, sometimes I put it on it depends. 20 is the highest tension. And I'll run 20 sometimes with 3 different like intervals at the end. But if I'm not feeling it, I'll just do 17. Like, and I can't do it. Like some days are better than others, right?
Always.
So I'll just do that and I'm done. And I'm like sweating and I'm very, very, very moist. Moist. But I think we're going the right direction here. We're doing good. We're losing the weight.
Oh yeah.
Almost 3 pounds for me this week. Like a little under 3 pounds, which is not bad. So like last night, I know I had for dinner, I was like, I ran late because I was doing all the Star Wars stuff. So I ran late and I came back and then I had dinner and I'm like, do you want any more? I'm like, I can't have the last one. I'm like, I just feel sick. So I just didn't feel like eating it and I didn't. And then I had it like 2 hours later. So I still had the same amount of food, but I spaced it out. So my body would just be able to metabolize it a little bit better. So
that's
I'm like,
what I've had to do. Like,
yeah.
It's terrible. My wife was kind of joking a little bit the other day. She's like, I used to meal prep and like the meal prep was mostly for me because of her procedure she did, you know.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't eat a whole lot at all. And then now she's joking around. She's like, yeah, we're on the same diet now.
You gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
I want to do the meal preps that I think. Thank you so much, Soda and Mariner.
Yeah, pour some more Coke.
There.
But I want.
You gotta get swifty. You gotta get
Hey, 2 more, we get a hype train.
There you go.
You gotta get swifty in here.
You fucking done, bitches?
No. In fact, just to spite you, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
That's right. Spank that ass.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty
Arrow's being a
in
cheap ass.
here.
Look, I haven't recharged it yet.
He hasn't
Sorry.
charged his batteries
Oh,
on his car yet.
Forgot. Darren
I have to drink up. I'm almost out of water.
Same here. I'm on my last bottle. Yeah, because that's a good idea. Fucking straight shot of caffeine right to the dome.
I take 2 of these before I go. How do you think I get through my fucking workout? I'm anemic, bro. I'm tired all the time. I need some sort of like competitive edge to get through the workout. And then sometimes I'll take 2 of those, then go to the gym and have Celsius, a can of Celsius, just so I can get through it. So that's like 6 cups of coffee, and I'm running, and my heart rate's at like 167 on the thing when I'm running.
I thought mine was bad when it was like 100.
Well, when I'm running hard, I mean, but yeah, I'll take that. And like I have this raspberry lemonade keto and the grape keto, but
Meanwhile,
drinks.
I just need an edge to get to the workout.
Yeah. Well, I'll do a circuit train. I'll do weight training before I even do the cardio. So I'll do a body part, like back, back and back, and then I just do like a set of 15 to 20 of all my back exercises, like 1 set of each, which is like only like 4 machines. Because I go 4 days a week. I'm not doing a circuit train of my whole body every day. It makes 0 fucking sense. You have 0 recovery. It just like defeats the purpose.
Right.
So I'll spot workout. I added an extra day. I used to do 3 days. I do 4 with this new workout I'm doing. And it's working. I'm at 216. I'm about, if my math is right, so you put 16 minus 3, so that's 13 pounds. So I have to lose 13 more pounds to hit my goal. But my first goal is the 215. So my mini goal is 215. So if I get to 215 next week, that's my goal. And then after that, it's going to be 210 and then so on. Like mini goals. So that way, psychologically speaking, I can get to it. But yeah, no one cares. No one cares about that. But I'm sure people do care.
We don't.
So I'll be Whittle Bears ready
to die
by the summer. Balto, the serum runner, not part wolf? Question mark. This is an interesting story when you guys pitched it last night, and I thought it was very amazing. So who wants to take it?
I know nothing about it.
You don't know about the Balto, the genetics? Dude, this is great. This is a great story.
I'm going to pass to Oni because
I heard him talking about it, but yeah, I don't know much about it.
All right.
Okay, I was hoping maybe someone else would,
I
do
can
it,
take
but
it if you
I
want.
can do.
All yours.
So, I'm sure most of us probably saw the '90s film Balto, which
Never saw it.
was
I don't know how I missed it.
was
a good movie.
was a very good movie, and spoke of true events. And if you remember in the movie, there was actually some live action work done, namely in the beginning and at the end, where an old woman walks a young girl and shows us a statue of a dog. And that dog is Balto. And the old woman explains the story of Balto. And what had happened was there was an outbreak of diphtheria in the early 1900s in a tiny little isolated town. And this outbreak happened in the middle of winter. So they were even more isolated than usual. Now, luckily at this time, they had, and diphtheria is, if I recall, it's a very aggressive virus, and I don't know exactly all the symptoms, but if I recall, it causes a lot of weakness. I'm pretty sure it causes diarrhea, which causes dehydration. It's unfortunately very it affected children a lot more. And the good news was they did have antivirals, but unfortunately they didn't have a way to get to the town at the time. So what wound up happening was other towns decided to step in and offer aid by essentially forming a chain between towns of dog sled runners to take this medicine to the town. So it would basically be town A would have a dog sled team that would go to town B. Town B would then be passed off the medicine. Town B would go to town C with that dog sled team, and until they reached the actual town. And Balto was one of the dogs in the final leg of the trip. And Balto was said, as part of his lore, after everything turned out okay, after they were able to get the antivirals, they were able to save a lot of lives. And Balto actually lived a pretty good life, lived several years after that. Balto was said to have been part wolf. But the thing is that it could never really be confirmed because we didn't have his genome sequenced. So some folks decided to sequence his genome because obviously a legendary animal like that, you don't just, bury them. So what happened was when Balto had died, they taxidermized his body. And it's very nicely done. He looks handsome.
Thank you, Tyrion Death, and that's how you respond to chat.
Thank you. So
God damn, shots fired.
They were able to get some of the DNA from around his stomach area, just kind of, took a little bit and sequenced it. And it turns out he is not part wolf. So part of the mysticism of that is false. Well, they thought he might have been part wolf because of how sturdy, how durable he was, how athletic he was to be able to pull such a feat off.
Tyrion Death is all wolf, right?
Well,
Tyrion Death is 100% wolf, unlike Balto, who wasn't.
Thing is,
By the
though,
way, I'm sorry, Oni. I want to crack this joke because nobody actually read out loud the speaker's notes. I put in the speaker's notes. Balto wasn't actually Tyrion Death's half dog brother.
Wow.
Fuck you. That was funny.
I think taking the mysticism out, I think, is a good thing, though, because it just goes to prove a couple of things. Balto was a Siberian Husky. Now, if you were to look at him compared to Siberian Huskies today, you would go, the fuck he is. However, his genome says otherwise, because if you look at Balto, you look at the movie rendition, and you look at how he actually looked, they don't look like what Siberian Huskies look like today. Well, that's because, especially with dog breeds, and especially with the AKC, they're very particular about what they look for in a dog breed, what they consider the ideal. And what they consider the ideal, apparently, is absolutely inbred and horrendously deformed. So that's why you have a lot of dogs coming out right now with health problems out the ass. I mean, bloat, hip dysplasia, joint problems, eyes being able to pop out, can't breathe, can't reproduce on their own, things like that. The thing is that Balto was Siberian Husky, but he also had a mix of just other different dogs, and that's a good thing. Here's why. The genetic makeup of both Balto essentially was incredibly healthy.
Wow.
He did not have a lot of the genes for negative side effects, but he did have a lot of genes for recuperation, for positive traits such as agility, with dexterity, things like that, because he had a huge genetic stock that his genome pulled from. When you start watering down genomes and making it super specific, you essentially start taking out the ability for it to recombine with a different set. That's why inbreeding is so bad, is because you exponentially increase your chances of negative side effects. So there's not enough mixing of actual genes. You're just repeating the same genes over and over again. It doesn't go well. So today's dogs are much more specific depending on where you are. Like if it's an AKC dog, yeah, very specific. But Balto, because he was of a mixed background, but mostly Siberian Husky, he was in great shape. He was able to pull it off. So essentially, not being part wolf, he was just a dog, just a Siberian Husky specifically, but just a dog. He was a dog, and he helped pull off something that lived on in animated films, in stories, and in the form of being able to actually physically see him and statues of him, of people who did not forget about him. It didn't take him being born of a particular breed or being born for destiny. It was, yes, as a dog, he listened to the people who fed him, but he rose to the occasion by doing a damn good job at it. And I think I think a lot of people can take some inspiration from that. It's not about where you come from, it's about what you do with that. So I thought it was interesting. And also because people love animals, so.
I agree. I'm a dog fan myself.
I'm down with the bitches too.
Whoa, dude.
Personally, when I saw the actual taxidermized photo of Balto, I had no idea that that's what Huskies looked like at that time.
I thought Huskies looked different than that. Yeah.
And honestly, I can see why, looking at him, people would think that he was part wolf, because he's got that facial structure is very wolf-like.
Yeah, I agree.
Was he bigger than a regular Husky, Oni? Does you know?
Not to my knowledge.
Well,
not to my knowledge.
You have to look at what, the size difference. Like Huskies, honestly, Huskies that we see now, they're nowhere near compared to the size of actual sled dogs. Actual sled dogs, at least currently that I know of, to my knowledge, are actually Malamutes, which are 2 to 3 times bigger than Husky.
Oh, those things are fucking huge, but they look like
huge.
They look like a giant Husky.
They do.
They're hilarious too. They're drama queens like Huskies. So they're like they whine and bitch, and they're like, I follow one on TikTok. He scratches at the door when he comes in. He's a fucking diva. He's like, no, grandma's not coming over, and he's like, and they're like, no, grandma's coming over tomorrow, and like they're having a conversation with the Malamute, like he understands. It's hilarious. He's such a little diva. He's adorable though. He's a good dog. He's just like very demanding.
They can be very, very vocal.
Yeah.
Yes, they did, Gazoo, but I mean, like, there's like so many breeds now. It's ridiculous. A Frenchie's not a dog. Fight me.
Whoa. 15 what? Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, Mariner, I switched from lives and podcasts to just chatting this week, and we're getting more viewers. So we appreciate everybody here. If we're new to you guys, we are Lagging Out Live. We talk about gaming, video games. We make fun of Kathleen Kennedy, Amber Heard, and a bunch of stupid people like Angry Joe, allegedly. But we also do fun topics, interesting topics, soft topics, giggity.
Whoa.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
I am Chieftain. I came up with the concept for the live. On my right-hand side is Blacklight Oni. Below me is Hero, the IT guy, our local Chewbacca. And to his right is Soda, the only host that runs at 60 frames a second, and also starred in our YouTube video as C3POS. So go check that out on youtube.com/lagging-out if you like our content. And if you really, really like our content, you can follow us. And if you think we're deserving of your shekels, you can actually sub or throw some biddies down. People have been having biddy wars for some strange fucking reason tonight as I'm talking. See? Oh, thank you for the follow.
Oh, thank you.
Tarp Panda? Terra Panda.
Panda.
Terra
He's a-
Panda 921.
He's one of our old OGs.
Wow, thank you so much for following.
Oh shit.
From my stream, back me and Nova and him. Well, not him. I guess Scruples and everybody.
You gotta get swifty. You
Good
gotta
dude.
get swifty in here.
Thank you so much for following over Soda and dealing with his bullshit for so long ago. I want to apologize for him and everyone else, but we appreciate him. But yeah. But thank you so much for following. That was so awesome. Our goal is realistic. I want to get to 750 follows by the end of the year. I think we can do that. I think it's pretty feasible, but apparently YouTube fucking hates us and took away 15 subs from there. So now we're at 7,000 again, so they can get fucked. But essentially.
Yeah. Well,
I guess I gotta do a reaction video and then it'll get like 15 more subs.
I don't
There's
know
no
what it
one else.
is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I've been looking into that stuff lately, and it looks like
It's because you're white.
channel.
Whoa,
well,
dude, he's not
there
white.
is
He's
that.
black. I mean,
I guess
Soda's considered a minority since he is he's a digital person, he's an AI person, so he's
I want my rights.
You want more rights than everybody else.
I want insurance. I want rights. I want Congress to recognize me. You know.
now, Chieftain. I'm not white. I'm white adjacent.
You're white adjacent, that is true.
I'm fucking Caucasian. What can I say?
Can't call anybody white anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they might get murdered in the streets or something nowadays. Shit.
Yeah, no shit, right? It's fucked up.
Yeah. So
But
I've
go
been
ahead.
actually looking into that lately, and it seems like if a channel starts on something and then changes to something else, the algorithm will fuck with them currently. So if you start doing reactionary content or reaction videos, you have to stick with that. If you start off doing pop culture news, you have to stick with that. If you do shorts, you have to stick with that. Otherwise, the algorithm will constantly hate you into oblivion.
What?
It doesn't make any sense.
No, Mariner, you'd be stuck with video gaming content.
You'll be stuck with Fallout 4 and like 15 people watching you on YouTube. That's it. Because no one plays Fallout 4.
I mean, like I said, it took.
I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with
12
him.
to 20 hours a day of Diablo 3 for me to get my following. Like,
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Sim settlements too, baby.
In fact, if you wanted to play another game, you usually played it off stream. You didn't let your viewers know you were playing PoE or something else.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, also Mariner wanted you to turn into a wolf.
Me?
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mariner might come on our show in a couple of weeks. He's getting his camera set up.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Oh shit.
yeah, he'll be on for a segment.
You want Danny or Manny? We'll go Manny. Danny looks too much like Tyrande.
Huh.
This is his twin brother.
That's Baltoromano or something.
This is I can't speak to chat.com.
You guys are really digging on him. Come on.
We love him. I
Don't
mean,
hound him.
Oh my god.
See if he can dance.
Sorry, I had to take a pause there.
Oh my God, Oni.
Oh, he's got the rock on going. Yeah.
So I feel like there's not much else to be said on Balto. Do you guys have anything?
No.
I have to look
No, I
this
think.
up.
Oh yeah.
For Oni's puns. Thank you, Mariner.
In here.
I have to look this.
I got
thing
to sink my teeth into it. It's good.
My
Jesus
God.
Christ.
I'm not hitting any more clips tonight. I'm gonna have too much work tomorrow, so I just stopped hitting clips.
But I think we are coming to that point in time where it's time to lead on out. We've got a couple of notes that we wanted to work into the show a little bit. F in the chat.
What about
or
Chieftain's segment?
I have one.
we never got to answer about
Oh, the
your
trivia.
lightsaber.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Sorry,
this
I
will
didn't
lead
know
into
if you
that.
wanted to mention the tiny things, or depending on how tiny you consider
the
tiny.
trivia question, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I don't know
yeah.
which one you wanted to do. I just didn't want anyone to be left on a cliffhanger again.
Right.
Oh yeah. Good call.
So
Yeah.
to lead into this, I wanted to go ahead and put out there. Let's pay respects to the voice actor of Master Roshi. How did you?
Who's that?
What did you say his name was, Oni, or did you remember that?
His name in Japanese is Muten Roshi. Unfortunately, he has
Roshi.
left this world. I hope he is having fun with the Supreme Kais.
Indeed. The original Japanese voice actor for Master Roshi.
Ah.
The there we go. Wait, what?
Is Tyrion Death streaming?
Yep.
He's not showing up.
He's showing up on. I'm watching him.
Oh.
Yes, he is.
Hiroshi.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it.
Masuka?
Wait.
How do you pronounce that?
Not showing up on my.
There we go. And he is there. There is his name, ladies and gentlemen. Some pay respects, rest in peace. Well known, I would argue iconic. So I grew up on, Japanese with subtitles, Dragon Ball.
Oh, he was the last one. Okay, I see him.
Can you talk a little louder? I'm not wearing any pants.
What?
I have a friend who's going to wind up growing old and going to be like Muten Roshi when he gets old.
Oh, so he's just as dirty-minded, huh?
I wouldn't say dirty-minded, but I mean he's French, so does that count?
You know what? That's close. That's dirty-minded adjacent. Does that work?
Sure.
Yeah.
Master Roshi. Also, Oni, you wanted to mention Markiplier?
Yes. Markiplier made his directorial debut recently. The movie is not released. It's that it finished filming a movie rendition, personally funded by Markiplier, of Iron Lung, a horror game, if I do recall, he played. So I know he loves video games. I think we all know he loves video games.
Oh, yeah.
I am optimistic, cautiously optimistic, that him funding this himself and directing it himself will do this game justice in a different platform. I think he would respect the source material to do it justice. Perhaps even, maybe it would be one of the best video game to movie adaptations we may ever see, but it recently wrapped in terms of a recording, so it will be in post-production phase. So I just found that interesting.
Hey, I had heard that he was working on something. I thought it was going to be another one of his massive YouTube productions, because he's done a couple of things recently, and I enjoyed them. They were quirky like him. I think he owns that trope very, very well. That weird just spastic sense of humor. I I like him. He has there are some things that made me like look at him kind of sideways and go, okay, that's kind of a weird thing for you to do as somebody who is famously stays out of trouble. And then he's said a couple of things here and there that just made me go, what are you doing, Mark? And then quickly return back to keeping his nose out of shit. I think he's very good. I would look at him as a class act, and I have a lot of respect for him. I had no idea that he was taking on a movie production like that in a what I would say would be a more serious tone, because he seems to keep to the comedic personality. So,
but comedy requires impeccable timing, and comedy and horror actually work very well in hand together. So, and also I think it would be a way for him to be able to get some of that serious tonality out there. I want to see just how varied he can be. So
I'm looking forward to it, just out of curiosity. I'm not a fan of horror genre stuff personally.
Some people are saying blue, some people are saying green, some people are saying purple for the lightsaber. Go ahead.
I don't really have too much more to say. Like, Soda, what about you?
A Markiplier? I've never even watched one thing of Markiplier, so I guess I've heard you guys talk about him, but I literally
I know who he is.
I mean, I actually just do like seeing his face when you guys were talking about him, because I don't fucking cool.
Yeah, I don't watch him because he's competition.
That's not why. I've just never ever heard of him until you guys had mentioned it one day on stream. Like,
I do find that kind of funny. He is in the era of streaming platforms. He is probably one of the biggest, not the biggest, but one of.
Well, I mean, like, I don't ever go to the big people though. I've always went to the smaller to medium to help them grow, like make somebody more rich who's already rich, help the poor people like us.
That's fair.
All right, everyone's getting tired, so I'm gonna have to reveal the answer.
It's fine. You're good to go now.
Purple or green?
Green.
Absolutely.
It's not purple.
The answer is
What? Wow.
purple.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Glow in the dark condom.
And the lights out it.
Of course it is. Why would it work?
It kind of did.
I see that.
I don't need to see the tip.
Compensating.
I don't compensate for anything. I am. This is made by God. That hole was man-made.
Whoa.
Just saying. There you go. Now Ro can go to sleep.
Right.
Batteries not
Night-night.
included. Good night. If you want to buy some of our cool shirts, here are some of them right now. We have the infamous
Garbage Human
t-shirt and the I Am Not a Criminal t-shirt with a controller on it. Now, if there was a keyboard on there, you would be a criminal. And also the American Gamer. Good night, Rogue Raven. We love you.
Have a
Sleep
good
well.
one.
And have a good
May
stream
the-
tomorrow.
May the force be with you.
Yes.
As I wear my Darth Maul socks.
Right.
Eventually, we'll get on Kick if Moabidi actually returns my phone calls.
Whoa.
Check us out on these social sites. You can QR code that Skinner. If you're on your phone, it's going to be a little hard to do that. And 15, this is like a new record for us. We haven't had 15 people in
60.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, fucking shit.
I'm the chieftain, bitch. Get shit on, kid.
I'm from New
Yeah.
York. Fucking fight me.
Fucking mint.
Come at me. I fucking dare you.
Fucking crazy.
What an idiot.
Shut the fuck up.
Whoa, dude. Getting finger happy.
Bitches be thirsty.
What the fuck?
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Lord.
Get muted, bitch.
I got way too many soda sounds on my board.
Why?
Tell
do
Chief
tell
to
everybody
I can't
else.
hear him.
Yeah, you did. Chief likes to play in the middle of our meetings.
Subs are here.
I do this
Hey.
one. I do this all the time.
What the fuck? Well, right in the middle
the
of a
meeting.
meeting. Yeah. I'm like, dude. What the fuck?
Give us some fucking money. Give us some.
Yeah,
Give
you
us
can
some.
do that when I
Give
don't
us some
make the
fucking money.
Be like, oh, Craig's over here. You just, hit the button.
Go ahead and apply for the position. It's $55,000 a year.
Oh,
Yeah, to do double the work, I'm going to get paid 45% less. Awesome.
I'm not worried about it, but
Need some Rogue Reagan sound boys. Yeah, it's like we're going to do the. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. We're going to do a bunch of those. Yeah, we'll do a bunch of those. We'll have some Raven reads. We'll call it the Raven Read segment.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. It's got a nice alliteration to it.
Yes. Thank you for knowing what alliteration is.
You're welcome.
So Tyrann Death, we're gonna probably raid you with 15 people. So make sure you check your chat
Right.
and thank them. So don't wait 45 minutes. I love giving him shit. He's a good sport. So on behalf of Soda,
The same pants.
When I get online, I'm feeling like something's not
Hero,
right. Cause the bullets curve like some people unlock that wanted perk. Yeah.
Blacklight Oni.
Aiming my shotgun
Oh,
and choose
her camera's on.
This ain't fun. That's
Hold
how
on.
I know it's time to go. Dudes dodging shots like
There he goes. There she is.
Don't crash the last minute of the show.
I'm Chieftain.
And may
We
the force
are.
be with you.
Yes. And make sure you say hello to Tyrann Death for us. Skipping frames like a taco soup movie and getting flagged for this song too.
Oh God.
We're lagging and we know it. See you next week, everybody.